Well, people, welcome back to the channel. Not a very bright day, or not a very bright stream, I suppose you say. Well, I enjoy doing streams with Josh anyways, but to, to, to find out, or not to find out, to discover what happened last night, I will just reiterate now that I'm currently hiding, so here we are. I'm I'm out of hiding for now for this show. I will be back for the United shows weekly this week. The emergency streams are coming. Don't worry. But welcome back to the channel, anyways. Um, Liverpool have won the Premier League. They've equaled Man United on 20 league titles. Josh, how are you doing, bro? And take it away.
Well, Akavan, I've been numb to the fact that Liverpool are going to win the league for a good few months now.
I knew this guy was going to be in my comment. I knew it. I knew he was the first one to be in my comment section. I knew it, man.
Outstanding work rate, outstanding. But hey, Akavan, I'm a history enthusiast, and whenever history happens in English football, I'm always interested by it. I'm always open to it. Yesterday was a seismic change in English football. Yesterday was a massive event in English football.
Yeah.
Manchester United have been knocked off their perch by the team that has occupied it for so long.
Yet. Not yet. They're on our. They're back on their.
I think
that's when we're knocked off. That's when they.
I think it's safe to say that Liverpool will win their 21st before Manchester United win their 21st.
I have no doubt about that. That's gonna happen. But sorry, go on.
Yeah, that's okay. But Akavan, if people have watched these streams before, we have said over and over the last few months, Liverpool, they're just too good for anyone else. Ruthlessly efficient in the way they execute their game plan and whatnot. We've become numb to the fact that they're going to win the league title since about February. I had my suspicions since November, as I've mentioned many times before. But I mean, I see a lot of people trying to discredit the title win, but you can't discredit any title winner.
Of course.
You can't. No matter how much you hate them, they have been ruthlessly efficient, as I've said. They have been by far and away the most consistent team. They have taken complete full advantage of other teams slacking off, in a sense. And I think a lot of people may feel underwhelmed because they only won it with 80 points. But I would argue we have been spoiled by Klopp and Pep for the last 10 or so years by constantly reaching these 90 points tallies. Now that a typical title win has come across in England, everyone just seems to be more numb to it. And listen, I've given Liverpool so much credit throughout the season, and at the end of the day, fair play. I mean, they've been fantastic. They're by far and away the biggest club in England. That's not a slight on you, Akavan. You admit that they are as well.
No, I've said it already. Liverpool have been bigger than us when they won the 6th European Championship. When they won the 6th European Cup. I think that was when they've sealed it because, look, it's 6-3, and they're one league title behind us. When they catch that, when they get that 20th league title, right? That means it's done because how do you define a big club? By success, right? Success is what you define a big club. We can say, oh, but Celtic have so many trophies, but at the same time, like they've won it. They've won those trophies. You can't discredit trophies. You can't knock off what clubs have done in terms of, how they've won those trophies. But for me, I'm just like, I just think for me, like it's pretty much done. Like you can't argue. The only way is if we act like Arsenal fans and say, "Oh, we have more FA Cups than you," which is, I'll be honest with you, that's just, you can't use FA Cups as a defined to define who's bigger. Liverpool already have more league cups than us, more league titles than us. Not only that, but they've also got more European trophies than us. I don't know how many FA Cups they're behind us, but regardless, the amount of major trophies that they've won, that pretty much steals the debate. We can have more fans, more finances, more global market opportunities, whatever it is, and that doesn't matter, right? the defined metric in sport is success, and Liverpool are more successful than us. It's just is what it is. They're more successful than us on pretty much more.
I think it's
and just in trophies in general. They've got more trophies than us. So yeah, you can't argue.
I think it says a lot when your club's main ambassador in the media, Gary Neville, has admitted that Liverpool are a bigger team. Well, he used more successful. I think a lot of people are trying to differentiate between more successful and bigger. I understand the argument about Manchester United have more fans, they have a bigger global reach, they can attract more top quality players. But at the end of the day, trophies are the defining metric for success, as we have said so many times. So no doubt that Liverpool are the biggest club in England, and they have been absolutely brilliant all season. I love Arne Slot as a manager, even as an Arsenal fan. I absolutely love him. I always reiterate when done.
Is he better than Mikel Arteta?
Well, I think this season proved it, to be honest, Akoven. But regardless, when Liverpool beat Manchester, when Liverpool beat Manchester United 3-0 at Old Trafford in August, Arne Slot completely broke down Ten Hag's tactics to a T on Sky Sports. That was one of the most fascinating.
You know what? Fair fucking play. That was like the one day I was like, fair play to the Liverpool manager for calling this shit out, because Ten Hag was clueless that day. He was clueless that day. And I did a 2-hour rant on Ten Hag, and I still couldn't figure out what the fuck he did. So credit to Arne Slot. So go on, bro.
No. I was about to say that was one of the most fascinating managerial interviews I've ever heard. And when you look across this season, yes, they will be disappointed with the League Cup defeat. They will be disappointed with the Champions League exit, and they're going to be disappointed by losing to Plymouth in the FA Cup. But at the end of the day, they're back on their perch. It has to be said, Akabin, they're back on their perch. They're back on their perch. They're back where they've been suffering for 30 years, and now they're back on their perch. This is absolutely massive. So full credit to them. Arne Slot, brilliant manager. He's had to deal with many difficult situations, by the way.
Yeah.
His three main players all prattling about regarding their contracts, and he still managed to deliver.
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic manager. Absolute credit to the English game, Arne Slot. Fair play. I think he joins Jose Mourinho, Manuel Pellegrini, Carlo Ancelotti, and Antonio Conte as the only 4 managers in Premier League history to win the title in their first season. So, fair play.
Yeah.
Completely fair play.
How long was Kenny Dalglish managing Blackburn for, before he won his league title?
I think he managed them before the 94-95 season began. I think he did, yeah. So, you know what? Arne Slot, absolutely love him as a manager. Will Liverpool, at the end of the day, are Liverpool going to look back on the League Cup final or the defeat to Plymouth? No, they're not, because they've won the title they've been so desperately waiting for.
They might look back on the Champions League.
Yeah, they will. Yeah, that's what I was getting on to. These domestic cup exits, absolute no bother. Champions League, that'll be a huge disappointment, as there's most likely being a semi-final against Arsenal at the minute, with a huge... I think they would have been favourites, if anything, if they did get to the semis. But aside from the Champions League exit, and obviously losing in the final, it's been an absolutely brilliant season. Fair play. And like I said before, he's had to deal with many things, many different things. Don't forget, Alisson was injured for a big part of the season as well. I remember Konate was having some issues. I think Trent was having some injury issues. Robertson was having some injury issues. Don't forget, he made no permanent signings in the summer. I don't know if Chiesa ended up being permanent.
Chiesa is a permanent signing.
Is he a permanent signing? Chiesa aside, one outfield player, one player in general in the summer, taken over from a side that has grown stale under Jurgen Klopp, and he's completely reinvigorated the team. I think Salah said on Sky Sports that he hasn't got to defend as much under Arne Slot, which has led to his record-breaking season. I mean, he's an absolute top-tier tactician, and he deserves that Premier League title.
Doug, if you're still in the chat, what's your goalkeeper situation looking like for next season? Because Mohamed Ashraf is joining Liverpool, right? Alisson going to stay or is he going to go? That's my question.
Is Kelleher going to stay or is he going to go?
I think Kelleher is gone. But then again, Liverpool might need a backup goalkeeper because Liverpool are going to need someone to fill in Alisson's shoes when he does leave or if he does eventually fall. Because Alisson, for me, like, look, he's a great goalkeeper in the Premier League era. He's one of the greatest goalkeepers in the Premier League era for sure. But the problem is, like, when I'm looking at it right now, Mohamed Ashley is a very, very good goalkeeper as well. Like, he's the starting goalkeeper for Valencia. He's the starting goalkeeper for Georgia. So forget all of that, right? At Liverpool, does he replace Alisson now, or does he replace him next year or the year after? Because he's back. He went back on loan at Valencia. Don't forget, he's going on a permanent next year. So does that mean that he's going to be the goalkeeper starting next year, or is it going to be a backup keeper to Alisson? Because I think he's too good to be a backup. I'll be honest with you. I genuinely think he's too good to be a backup goalkeeper.
I think this is a Liverpool fan problem, to be honest. I just hope they get the wrong decision done and Arsenal can capitalise on it. But the likelihood is that's not going to happen.
Season, you should have this season. You should have this season. This was your season, bro.
It was meant to be.
It should have been your season because I thought Arsenal this year was the team to win the Premier League this year. I thought City would have a bit of a drop off, and they did drop off. So I'm like, surely Arsenal have to win here, and no, they just completely proved me wrong. They've completely fallen apart this season. I think you need a slight rebuild, slight rebuild. Rebuild your bench. Your team's good enough to win the league. It's your bench that needs fixing.
Well, Arsenal didn't play this weekend. I'm not going to bother wasting my oxygen talking about them until we get to the European preview. But listen, like I said earlier, relating to Arsenal dropping off and Manchester City dropping off, as you mentioned, Liverpool have completely and utterly capitalised on it. Completely capitalised on it. And you can only give them credit. They were an absolute machine throughout the season. I think they've only lost 2 Premier League games. Nottingham Forest at home and Fulham away when they were already practically champions. So, like I say, full credit. And if we're speaking about their performance against Spurs, I didn't watch the game. I was watching the FA Cup semi-final between Nottingham Forest and City.
Same.
Pardon?
Same. I was watching that also.
Yeah. But, I mean, if you win 5-1, I assume it was a decent performance. So, you know, Spurs are shocking as well. I mean, to be fair, there's not much we don't already know based on that game in isolation. But as I said earlier, it's a massive, massive day in English football history. Both teams, both of the biggest clubs in England, 2 absolute behemoths of the beautiful game, are locked in together with 20 league titles. And I'm excited to see who gets the 21st.
Man, take me back to fucking 2011, man. That day at Blackburn, man, Ewood Park, bro. Take me back to that day when United opened up Liverpool, man. That was such a long day.
Consider yourself lucky you've seen your club win a league title.
Oh, bro, I've seen us win 3.
Exactly.
So, honestly, like, for real though, like, Liverpool deserved it. I ain't gonna say that word that everyone does say because I'm salty. Trust me.
Congratulations.
I ain't saying it. Bro. You can do the honors. You can do the honors.
No, I don't know what I'm going to say. What were you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's move on.
Full credit to Liverpool. That's it.
Full credit to Arne Slot.
Full credit to Liverpool Football Club. They've all done their jobs magnificently.
Full credit to Arne Slot for coming in and proving that you don't need time to build a team. You don't need time to do this and that. You can do it in 1 year. You know?
I don't know if he got an emotional support dog, but if he did, that certainly worked.
This gimmick of he needs time. Yeah, good one. Very good.
And this is it. I've seen like the British media, they're running the story that
they might be even better next year. Who knows? Liverpool.
Exactly. That's what I was going on to, because a lot of the British media are talking about how Liverpool will still need a rebuild of their squad, despite the fact they're Premier League champions. Yeah. So how good will they be next year?
I think
it's going to be fascinating to see.
I think they might even be even better. You know, genuinely, I think they might be even better, because looking at their squad right now, right? Once they add some more players, or if they want to add some more players, because depending on what FSG want to do, like, you can't not say that Liverpool are going to be even better. Salah's staying for another year or two. Van Dijk is staying for another year or two. Trent's gonna leave, but Liverpool are gonna sign a Liverpool might sign a replacement. They might be even better next year. You know,
The likelihood is they will.
Or they might just be as good. But even then, it might be enough for them to win another Premier League title. It might be enough for them to win back to back. They might go back to back. I think they can. I think they should. Because the way Liverpool played this year, yes, people think City might come back next year, but I don't see Man City taking down this Liverpool team that easily. It's going to be a tough battle to the end next year. And
Can't wait.
You just never know if Arsenal also makes some reinforcements in the summer. It could be a 3-horse race next year,
like it was last season.
Yep, and up until like game week 34 or 5, and then it became Arsenal versus Man City.
Well, Akerman, like I said earlier, I don't want to speak about Arsenal until we get to the European preview. But, I mean, I'll just say this. I don't think this manager has the bottles to win the Premier League. And I think we've seen that over the last few seasons.
You don't think so?
Not at all. Like, Akerman, don't you understand how much of a deja vu feeling it is? I can guarantee I can put a bet on with you right now, yeah, that Arsenal will go 3 games in a row in the Premier League without winning twice. Yeah, I guarantee you that's going to happen next season.
Okay.
And a little microcosm for the deja vu point I'm making regarding Mikel Arteta's career as Arsenal manager. Arsenal versus Manchester United, FA Cup, 1-1 draw. Away team get a player sent off. Ruben Amorim's on the bench. And Arsenal lose 5-3 on penalties. 2 years ago, Arsenal won, Sporting won. Ruben Amorim on the bench. Ugarte getting sent off in that game, funnily enough. Sporting win 5-3 on penalties. That is always the microcosm example that I go to show how nothing really changes under this manager. We cannot take that extra step. It is a complete psychological and mental block. Genuinely. But hey, this is about Liverpool. Complete fair play, lads. Obviously, on Twitter, you're going to get a lot of annoying people, but as I've always said, their words on the screen. Liverpool fans that I know in real life are actually very lovely lads. So I've got no animosity towards them at all. Full credit to them. And congratulations on regaining your perch at the top of the English game.
Yeah. I mean, is that all you had to say about Liverpool? Or you want to move on?
Yeah, unless you wanted to say something.
Yeah, I do. I do actually. The fact that Arne Slot, is the fact that Arne Slot is now pretty much come in, hardly spent money, and he still won the league with Liverpool. Is yes, but you can say, oh, but Klopp built this team. So what? Klopp, he's won the same amount of Premier League trophies as Premier League titles as Jurgen Klopp in the space of a year. It took Klopp 4 years to win a Premier League title, or 5 years to win a Premier League title. I can't remember what it was.
5 years. He joined in 2015.
2015, yeah? And he won it in 2020. It just tells you everything you need to know. That pretty much... I can't even talk. It just tells you everything you need to know, that Liverpool do not need to reinforce to win this Premier League title. It just tells you how weak this league is. And I'm not discrediting Liverpool. This should not be discrediting them, all right? It's a credit to Liverpool itself, because Liverpool, right, when they got this guy, they appointed the right guy. They saw potential in Arne Slot, and they appointed him. Fair play. Nobody thought that he'd be a success the first year. I was hearing Liverpool fans say solidify ourselves in the top 4 or whatever it is. But they won the Premier League in the space of a year. Klopp won it in 5 years. So fair play to Arne Slot. It took him literally 13 million. He spent 13 million. He won the league with 3 players on the brink of the contract on the brink of contract expiries. But 2 of them signed, and one of them's leaving. Fair enough.
Akerman, I understand your point that the league has been weak this year. At the end of the day, if there's no relegation battle and there's no title race, it's going to look like a weak league. And the team in second, I keep reiterating, haven't won more than 3 Premier League games in a row all season.
There was no relegation battle, bro. Wolves,
Nope.
Ipswich, Leicester, and
Southampton
have got relegated, bro. 3 of them teams that have gone down, have gone back down again
for the second season in a row.
Exactly.
And
this has happened a few times before already.
Exactly. At the end of the day, Arsenal are in second place, and we haven't won more than 3 Premier League games in a row all season. But even though the league may be weak in general, that takes nothing away from Liverpool Football Club, because they have been by far the most consistent team. They have been by far the most competent team. They have outfought every other team in this competition, Nottingham Forest aside. So fair play.
I'm not trying to say Liverpool played a very, very weak Premier League season. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying Liverpool were up against a very, very weak Premier League side. They have really good players. Liverpool have really, really good players. I'm not discrediting Liverpool. I'm more so on the fact that I'm just questioning why Liverpool. Sorry, not about Liverpool. Why the league has been so weak this year. Go look at how far City have fallen this season. Go look at. I'm so very, very surprised Arsenal were not in the mix towards like game week 34, 35. I thought you'd be in there, for sure. I genuinely thought Arsenal was going to be there this year, and when I needed you to the most, you didn't.
No worries, lads. No,
but even then, like, bro.
No, because 22-23, Man City win the treble. We couldn't stop them from the league. 23-24, they do 4 in a row, overtaking your 3 in a row. We couldn't do anything to stop that in the league. And 24-25, Liverpool have equalled Manchester United's league titles. Arsenal are going to finish second again to that team.
Yep.
So we've essentially ruined your status as a club by accident. Sorry, lads.
You've ruined your status as a club.
Yeah, I know. You know what? If one man goes down, every man goes down. You're going down with us, pal. If we can't do it, you're suffering as well, pal. All right. one piece of salvation I can take from us to being a bottle job.
I mean, you're still in the Champions League semi-final. We'll talk about but as I was going to say, like,
okay, that'll be European, the European roundup. I think we've got the FA Cup semi-final games to go through as well.
Yeah, we'll talk about that, and also the fact that Liverpool ran away with it as well this year is why I was going to get to that point. Liverpool ran away with it this year. All clubs, including Chelsea, fell off. United had the worst season ever in Premier League history. Tottenham had their worst season in Premier League history.
Arguably.
Which other team am I talking about? City fell off a cliff.
And they're still third, which says everything you need to know.
Exactly. That just tells you how weak the Premier League is right now. I'm not just, like I said, one more time, I'm not discrediting Liverpool one bit. I'm saying that they've smoked the Premier League this year. They've completely destroyed the league this year.
It's like they did in 2020.
It's not even been close. In 2020, I think in 2020 was more of like domination than this year. I'll be honest with you. It was more domination that time than this time. But this time, even then, Liverpool was they still ran away with it.
I understand. Like Liverpool ran away with it more in 2020, and they dominated in terms of points tallies. But I feel their results were more dominant this year. Not obviously they've got less points, and therefore they haven't won as many games. But back in 2020, they were winning by like 1 goal margins each and every week. Like there was an element of we can get at them, even though they were winning every week. This season, it's like they score a goal or two, they keep you at arm's length, and they go for the killer third. And that's been their remit near on week after week. And I can only applaud it. Like no nonsense, no process, no bullshit, straight delivery. Fair play, Arne Slot. He's written himself into Liverpool history 12 months after getting the job.
Exactly.
And to be in the Liverpool history books means you must have been a fucking good manager. So fair play.
Yeah, but the thing is, it also tells you that you don't need to have time. You don't need time like that to create a successful team in the span of a year. You don't need that much time.
As long as you have a good foundation.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna move on. Fair play to Liverpool. That's all I'll say. Nothing more.
Congratulations, Liverpool. Completely deserved.
You said it for me. Fair play. But yeah, Liverpool won the league. We'll move on to what. I don't think we can talk about the Premier League this weekend. I think it's just more Liverpool. Like they just won the league.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Chelsea, they got a good win against Everton. That was only David Moyes' third defeat as Everton manager in the league.
Yeah.
Great goal from Nicholas Jackson. That was pretty much the only thing I saw from the game. I was at the Brighton game, which was a pretty good game. I saw that goal. Didn't see much else, but great result for Chelsea. They keep their top 5 hopes alive, and they're going to need to qualify for the Champions League with the amount of trouble they could be in with PSR. So they did their job this week.
Hoyland finally scores. Wasting my time.
Robbed Ugarte, by the way.
Unbelievable. And the way he said it, and you saw what he said after the game as well.
You said, yeah, you threatened to beat him up.
Bro,
for those that don't know, Akabin wanted to smash his face in after that.
The day Liverpool won the fucking league, he comes out with a statement. And the following day, United released more fucking merch. Way to go, lads. Way to fucking go. So-called big club. Don't act like one anymore, but okay, no worries. No, he doesn't have to go. But
Do you want to move on to Manchester United?
Sorry?
Do you want to move on to Manchester United?
No, I ain't I'll talk about them in the European preview.
Well, you're gonna have to give a quick preview of the Bournemouth game, sure.
10 men Bournemouth. We couldn't break them down, bro. It's plain and simple. We should have won the game.
I felt it was a bittersweet irony that your fans were singing 20 times Man United.
It was the last day we could sing it, I'll be honest. So
yeah, well, the last hour you could sing it.
Exactly. And
which was quite poignant, I suppose. It's like it's almost symbolic of a handing of the rear guard, if you know what I mean. Like the flame has been passed, the torch has been passed down from one club to the other after 30 years of domination on United's side.
Yeah, fair enough. But what was I going to say again? The goal that we scored, like it was very, very fluky, but at the same time it was more like we got lucky because we should have scored more. I'll be honest with you. We should have won. We kind of should have won the game.
I don't think you played badly by any means.
No, we didn't. And Bournemouth, the red card for Bournemouth was justified. It was a clear red. Yes, he slipped, but look at the way he caught him. Like, yeah, it's a bad challenge. It's a red card for sure. So I mean, yeah, look, Hoyland gets his goal. Hopefully, he gets his goal on Thursday, but I don't see it. But even then, like, United didn't do enough to get a draw. I'm sorry, to get a win. They didn't do enough to get the win. They did enough to get a draw. Didn't do enough to get a win. 10 men Bournemouth couldn't break them down. Plain and simple. Just very, very poor. Just very, very poor from our attack.
Credit to Bournemouth as well. They defended valiantly.
They did. And we're not in the best position, like in the league. So we're gonna have to salvage something with the Europa League, even though it's not gonna make me satisfied because Liverpool already won the league. It's not gonna satisfy me. It's not gonna redeem United's season because my question to all United fans now, and my question to all United fans that are watching, is how will United respond to this? Next season, how are we going to respond to this next season? Are we going to go for it now? Because Liverpool have won their 20th league title, they've equaled us. They're going to go for 21. Liverpool going to go for 21 next year.
They're going to go for 7 as well.
They're going to go for it next year. Sorry, what did you say?
They're going to go for 7 as well.
I hear it. They might do, but I don't see them winning the Champions League. I don't think they'll win the Champions League. I don't think the squad will be
super duper Mick at them.
I think PSG are going to be good again next season as well. I think teams are going to be good as well next season. So yeah.
I think Real Madrid will be drastically improved as well.
Yeah,
so it's going to be tough, but at the end of the day, never rule Liverpool out in Europe.
And Barca with Hansi Flick, you just
exactly.
Inter with Inzaghi, no idea who else we could talk about. Pep and Man City. I mean, Pep and City.
They'll bounce back as well.
No, I think they'll bounce back, but I don't think they'll win the Champions League. I think they'll get something else.
Arsenal under Arteta.
Nah, no way.
You think this season's a fluke?
No, if you win it this year, then okay, then I'll take you seriously.
Bloody hell! Okay, fair play. I'm not counting my chickens. We'll get to the We'll get to the European games soon. But
yeah, like I said, how are we going to respond to this? So it's what I'm going to ask you. So I'm asking all United fans right now, how are we going to respond? So yeah, it's not surprising how Liverpool play. Yeah, it's not. I mean, they've just been the best team. Pretty simple. It's hard to knock it off. I hear the reaction.
Well, big up Agastio as well. It's been a tough few days for you. Congratulations on pulling through and whatnot.
Yeah.
Great shout out.
What's his name again?
Hey, Bajaj and Yahoo. I'm sorry, mate. United are no longer the biggest club in England. Sorry, pal.
Guys,
but anyway, I'll leave him alone today. Exactly.
Shout out to you. Guys, Slot came in and destroyed the Arteta's 5-year legacy in just one season. Yeah, he did. And I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to. I will not take this well, but it's true. You just can't deny it.
It's obvious.
You can't deny it. Like, if you win the Premier League, that surpasses Mikel Arteta's legacy as an Arsenal manager already. Unless he wins one himself next year, then he's equaled it. So you've got to have the title count. So yeah, Arteta needs to do something next year. So yeah.
Good luck with that one, lads. Can't wait.
15th place United celebrating a 1-1 draw against 10-man Bournemouth, while Liverpool win their 20th league title with over 90 points. Well, they haven't got 90 points yet, so it's not done.
They're probably going to get 90 points, is what you mean.
They might not. They might just be like, you know what, the season's over. We're just going to relax now. They might just take it easy. They've got nothing to play for.
We don't know.
They've got absolutely nothing left to play for. They might turn up against you next week though, because they're gonna want to make a point. They're gonna want to make a.
Yeah, can't wait for that. Oh, this Guard of Honor shit, honestly. Oh, when can teams give us a Guard of Honor, please?
I'm so glad that United are not one of those clubs that are doing a Guard of Honor, because I would be I would even turn the TV on to see that Guard of Honor, bro. That's how bad. I would turn it on. I would even turn it.
I'd rather give a Guard of Honor than have Anfield 89 happen to us. So that's one piece of salvation I can take.
But this is the best season Liverpool fans will say they've ever had in the Premier League era. It has to be this year, because bro, Liverpool when they won, bro.
No, sure. I disagree with that.
No, look at the gap between Liverpool and United. Look where United are. Look where Liverpool are.
No, I mean, in general, I mean, that season they won the Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup as well.
Nah, the year Liverpool won the Premier League in 2020, I think this one's better. This one surpasses it for Liverpool fans, because they're screenshotting the table, seeing where United are and where Liverpool are.
Fair play, but I feel like
I agree. The gap
winning their first league title in 30 years was the stepping stone that they needed in order to regain their perch at the top of English football. I think there's 20 league titles, obviously huge achievement, as I've said many times earlier, but getting over the 30-year mark, like finally ending that 30-year wait, was more crucial in them stepping up as a club.
Yeah. If they get their 7th UCL title, they'll have more Champions League titles than the remainder of the Big Six combined. Bro, they will have more Champions League titles than Bayern Munich. They will have more Champions League titles than Barcelona.
They'll be equal with AC Milan.
They will equal. They're going to be the second. They're going to have the second most Champions Leagues of all time, tied with AC Milan. So it's literally hard to argue against this, bro. This is also true, you know. they'll have more Champions League titles than the remainder of the Big Six combined. United with how many? It's got 3. Chelsea have got 2, so that's 5. City have 1, so that's 6. So, well, unless you want to count Forest, Villa.
Well, Big Six. Forest and Villa deserve to be there ahead of Spurs.
They do. And I don't understand why they call Spurs a big club now. Because Spurs don't win anything in the Big Six, so what's the point?
Well, then again, neither have we for the last 5 years. But like I said, Akivin, last time Liverpool won the Prem, Arsenal also won a trophy. So hopefully that omens past.
Let me ask you a question, actually. If you win the Champions League, does that surpass Liverpool's? Does that mean you've had a better year than them?
Liverpool.
What do you classify as better, Champions League or Premier League? What's the better one?
Well,
because obviously, so you have to consider that.
This is a really interesting discussion. I always link back to what Brian Clough said back in 1979. He was asked, "What are your priorities?" He was like the interview where the famous John Motson said,
"Yeah,
obviously you're defending the European Cup, you're going for the league title, you're also in the FA Cup and League Cup. What are the priorities?" Brian Clough said, "The English League always has been and always will be." He said in his own words that he'd gladly get knocked out of the other 3 competitions if it meant winning the English League, because you would have to have shown every aspect of management needed in order to win it. You'd have to be a bit daft. You'd have to be intelligent. You'd have to be proactive and reactive. You'd have to be all these different elements. And it's not a knockout competition. So it would, at the end of the day, your league position is the greatest indicator of your consistent performances throughout a campaign. So based on that, and admittedly the fact that Arsenal have never won it, I'd always say that winning the league is more difficult and perhaps a better achievement. But obviously that's coming from a biased perspective. But hey, if we win the Champions League, man, I couldn't give less of a shit about anything, mate.
Bro, Arsenal need to win a Champions League. Arsenal need to win the Champions League if you want to cement yourself as like that, like top 3, right? Because obviously, we can talk about Arsenal being the 3rd biggest club in England, right? But you don't have a Champions League, and you need one. You need one. You should have won one in 05. You should have won one in 05.
People argue we are the biggest club in Europe that has never won the Champions League. You could argue between us, Atletico Madrid, and Paris Saint-Germain. It's just.
No, you are for sure. If you're comparing yourself to PSG, if you're comparing yourself to Atletico Madrid, you're much bigger than both those clubs.
Well, Atletico Madrid have reached more Champions League finals than us, but I understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, but reaching more Champions League finals doesn't mean you're a big club or whatever it is. It just means that you're. They've won 11 league titles, and you've won 13. PSG have won 13. Well, I'll be honest with you, like. At the same time, we're looking at this way. Arsenal need a Champions League title. You need one, and I think for me, like,
I need one. I need it more than oxygen.
Prime, I also need to link in a bit. Yeah, I just need to make this point. Yeah, I genuinely think for me, I look at it this way, right? You need to have, right? You need to be consistent as well. It's about consistency in these competitions, and that's the one thing United have always had: consistency in the Prem. Arsenal were consistent in the 90s. City are now consistent, apart from this year. Liverpool were consistent in the 80s. Chelsea were consistent for a bit in like 05 to about 010. Slightly consistent about then, right? But let's also look at it this way. I'll say this, and I'll keep it simple, right? When we're talking about European Cups, right? Like European success and heritage. It's really only Liverpool and United that can actually pretty much say European success in European heritage in England. Liverpool obviously have with more, right? And I also think that. What was I going to say again? I completely forgot what I was going to say.
Take your time.
Nah, I just remember what I was going to say, but I forgot about it completely. Oh, okay. The league title, right? The league title is harder to defend than the Champions League title, in my opinion. You have to play against your clubs. You have to play against the same teams twice over a 38 game season, and also Champions League. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Actually, forget what I said. What do you think is harder to win, Champions League or a league? Because I think winning the league is playing more games, but Champions League you're playing tougher teams and you're playing with like knockouts with like aggregate scores and this and that. What do you think? What's the harder competition to win?
I think I answered that earlier with my Brian Clough segment. I think the league is harder to win. I think it's
Right.
more impressive to win. I think winning a league campaign winning a league campaign in terms of consistency and in terms of performances, it's a lot more of an indictment. It's a lot more of a good indictment to your team than any knockout competition that you win as well. So me like I said with the Brian Clough stuff earlier, I think the league title is a lot more challenging to win. Which is ironic as I am an Arsenal fan. I am aware, but you know, that putting club bias aside,
Yeah,
I think
hear it.
I think that's a fairly good point.
United have finished LFC a bigger club. Now, I mentioned that already, Big Mac. I did as well. I said Liverpool are bigger. I'm the United fan here. I hands down admit Liverpool are bigger than us. It's not that hard anymore to admit because when you won your sixth Champions League title, right? I said that Liverpool already have more success in Europe. You already have more major honors. When you equal that 28th, it's over.
Forever thankful for you beating Spurs in the 2019 Champions League final as well. I'll always be grateful to Liverpool for that. So, mate, because if Spurs won it before us, fucking hell, mate. Hey,
if Barca win it this year, though, then it could be like you need to win one next year to go back in front. Because Barca are very very close to equaling AC Milan. Well, once they win this, if they win this year, which I think they can. Well, I'm not sure, but we'll see. I think they have a good chance. But PSG, Inter Milan, could be. Big up to you, mate. It's that legendary quote that elite historian Josh, he's right. You need the ability, mentality, and reliability to win a PREM, whereas the UCL has more ability and mentally oriented. Facts. It's true. No, he's spot on with this one.
Brian Clough was spot on with that one.
Can I give a proof when you just leave it in the comments, man. I'll read it out. No worries. Big up to you, bro. Big up to you.
Like I say, Big Mac, congratulations in case you didn't catch the beginning of the stream. We're not trying to discredit Liverpool in any way, trust me.
It also depends on the circumstances as well. Whether you won the Premier League, UCL PREM in previous seasons, whether you're missing a cabinet. The quality of PREM versus UCL draw in that specific season. I hear it. But yeah, I know AC Milan is 7. So when Barcelona win this year, if Barcelona win this year and then they win next year, if you win yours next year, if Liverpool win theirs next year, they've leveled AC Milan. What I'm trying to say is, if Barca win this year, they've leveled you. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah, Prime, I'll send you the link now, man. Sorry. But yeah, sorry.
It's getting a bit persistent, Pro. What was I continuing with? In terms of the league title versus Champions League debate, listen, I am an Arsenal fan, so I am going to lean towards the league being more difficult. And trust me, I've gone without one for 21 years, so it is bloody difficult. Yeah, but
big up, man. Big up to you, man.
Cheers, Big Mac. Fucking Big Mac.
What
a name.
What? The stream doesn't show the end symbol for some reason. Oh, okay. My bad.
You got to get on that, Akavan. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, if you want me to summarise what we've been talking about so far.
Oh, that. No, it's original.
If you want me to quickly summarise what we've gone through for the past 45 minutes, it's just Liverpool by far and away the best team in England this season, by far the most consistent, by far the most competent, by far the most thoughtful, brainy, brawny, whatever good adjective you can throw at them, they've been, especially compared to everyone else. We have admitted that the league has been quite poor this season overall, but that doesn't take away from what Liverpool have done. We've briefly touched on the Chelsea. Chelsea needing to qualify, needing to finish in the top 5 for PSR reasons. And I think we'll get to the FA Cup semi-finals soon, and then we'll get to the European review.
I hear it. Let's move on to, I think, the European football show now. I think that's what we got to go for.
Because no FA Cup semi-finals to talk about first.
McAllister is underrated. He's the best midfielder in the Prem, bar Rodri. McAllister is very, very good. I think you signed him for a bargain as well. I think he was like what, 35 million? You signed him for that?
I said it in the summer of 2023. Why on earth did we buy Havertz for 65 million to play in midfield when McAllister was there for 35? What sort of logic is that?
He's throwing shade at Havertz now.
What do you mean throwing shade at Havertz? He throws shade upon himself. No, but genuinely, why are you giving Chelsea 65 million for Kai Havertz when we could have got McAllister for 30 million less? Yeah, I knew that was such a balls up at the time, man. And
it is a bargain. 35 million is, in today's day and age, it is a bargain. We talked about when Spurs got Basuma for like 25 million, they got McAllister for 35. That's unbelievable. So, I mean, fair play. But yeah, McAllister is very, very good, man. I agree. One of our clubs should have picked up McAllister. He was such a good player at Brighton, man. I think he's the best player to have left. Him and Caicedo are the two best players to have left Brighton and done well. Cucurella maybe, but other than that, when players leave Brighton, like not many of them succeed. Like, have you seen the past few players? Who was the last player that Brighton succeeded in leave? Caicedo left. He's doing well. Who else left Brighton? Sorry, what was I saying?
Enciso? He's gone to Ipswich, but they're getting relegated.
No, I don't see so. You guys have picked up
White and Trossard.
Yeah.
Now I love Ben White. He's on my Twitter banner after his brace against Chelsea, by the way. But yeah, Trossard. He's been for the money we spent for him.
Caicedo and what'd you call? It's just Caicedo. What's his name again? And McAllister. That's it. Just them two for me. And you could maybe say Cucurella because he's won the Euros since leaving Brighton. It's Spain. I know it's a national team thing, but still. And McAllister won the World Cup at Brighton. But fair enough. But yeah, sorry, go on. Let me interrupt you.
No, it's okay. I was talking about the Arsenal signings from Brighton. Obviously, I like Ben White. Trossard, he's been brilliant value for money thus far. But he has cost us at crucial points this season. So my opinion on him has regressed quite a bit. But if he does turn up against PSG in midweek, for both legs, I should say,
Prime.
I'm going to be his biggest fan again.
It's comments for you, this one.
I don't know. I think it's weird that you won your second Premier League title and you're obsessed about Chelsea signing.
Oh no! Did you not see the video of that comedian with the Arsenal tears bottle with the Liverpool crowd?
Yeah. Also, you guys are wrong. It's more difficult to win the Champions League than the Prem.
Reasoning?
It's more difficult. In the Prem, there's error for margin, bro. You can lose a few games and stuff and still recover. In the Champions League, you can have one bad half over 2 legs and get knocked out of the Champions League.
As a United fan, I can relate. I can relate to this because Man United, we've defended our league title 3 times in a row, twice. So that's the thing. As a United fan, I've seen us win 3 league titles, and we've won it in the space of 4 or 5 years.
Bro, I've seen great legendary Chelsea teams. Get to semi-finals and final and get screwed over, bro. There's such an error for margin. I've seen Chelsea drop a clinic at the Bernabeu and still get knocked out in the final few minutes of the game. There's no error for margin in the Champions League. There's no error for margin.
No, I hear it because the thing is, we almost defended our Champions League title. We actually went back to the final the year after in 2009, but we lost to Barca. But that's the thing. It's hard to defend your champ unless you're Real Madrid. Obviously, you can defend your Champions League title. Like it's Real Madrid. Right? You're talking to the greatest club in living history. Like that's the only club that can actually defend the Champions League title in the modern day. But to look at actually defending a league title, yeah, I as a United fan, I'm sure City fans, I'm sure Chelsea fans can also relate to it. And I think Arsenal have done it as well. But I don't remember. Like, was it
Arsenal not retained the title before?
No,
not since the 30s, no.
But didn't you win like two in 4 years or something, like 2 in 4?
3 and 6 over the turn of the century.
You won in 1995. Wait, was it 90? When did you win your first league title again? 98?
What Premier League title?
98 was your first league title, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then 2002, then 04.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
I saw it was the anniversary to when we won the league at White Hart Lane. And year after year, it gets more bittersweet rather than glorious watching that footage back.
Was that your last title?
2004, yeah.
That's when you won at White Hart Lane. Oh yeah, the Henry thing. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Hey, big up to Big Man. True.
Hey, come back and bro, you sound like an Arsenal fan. There's some proper clowns in your fan base, like AFC Great, Sleeper Set.
You're a sound Arsenal fan. I think you're a sound Arsenal fan. He's talking to Josh.
No, thank you very much.
Oh, okay.
No, hey, mate, hey, listen. What I say about social media, the words on the screen, all this like Rory talks football and all that, mate. I've blocked them. I'm being real. I've blocked them because
Josh is cool. Josh is actually cool.
Cheers, bro. If we do somehow manage to win the Champions League, though,
I want
to see you down Finsbury Park, bro.
I'll block you on Twitter. You know, not hard to.
Fair enough.
If you ever come across my live, you need to complete that final trophy challenge ASAP, man. You need to complete that shit, bro. Rory.
Who?
Rory talks football. You know him?
What trophy challenge?
He's doing this trophy challenge on Instagram, like as a just like content creating stuff. You know what I mean? He's doing it for like content creating purposes.
What trophy challenge?
No, search his page on what do you call it, on Instagram, right? Rory talks football. He has.
I'm not. Why can't you just explain what it is? I'm not going to his Twitter or Instagram.
No, because he has to complete like some challenge, right? Like he sets up every single year. He has like he has some challenges. He has some like you know how these TikTok YouTubers or whatever they do nowadays on content creating. You know what I mean? Like,
okay.
All these talk football content creating stuff. You know what I'm saying? I can't explain it to you, but it's like here. I'll show you. I'll show you here. So like this year, like he has to complete like a trophy challenge like that. Like he has to select one of the PREM.
Show it again.
Yeah, I'll show it to you. I'll send it to you on Instagram, bro. Here you go.
You don't need to. Okay.
But anyways, we're gonna move on to the European football show now. I think that's the
no FA Cup review.
Oh yes, thank you, FA Cup.
So, and if Prime wants to talk about the Chelsea-Everton game as well, all I saw was the goal. Brilliant goal from Nicholas Jackson. I was at the Amex at the time. Crucial win for you lot as well.
All I watched was the second half of it. Is what it is. We won. You know, I've been telling people that we're getting top 5. You know, Chelsea fans want to cry and stuff like that. But whatever.
Nah, he ain't paying me to promote him, man. I'm just watching this trophy challenge bullshit. So yeah, just
wait. Isn't Rory talks football? He said Trippier was a racist, didn't he? When we got knocked out of the Carabao Cup.
Yeah, he's the one. Yeah.
Why did he call Trippier a racist?
Because he was having to go at Gabriel. It was the same thing with Henderson back in 2022.
Oh, the Sterling stuff with Henderson. Yeah.
I know. It's just, man. Some people chat us bollocks. It's just.
Is Trippier not like half black or something?
Yeah, I think so.
I hate him because he's a Spurs man, but you know.
Trippier's a racist, man. I mean, Trippier's a Chelsea fan, so yeah.
No, poor
is it true that apparently Cole?
All right, man. You don't have a Champions League.
Yeah, wait until May, Prime. I'm
right. Wait. So you're winning Champions League?
Hey, Prime. I fucking hope so, mate.
Okay.
I want to see you down Finsbury Park if we do. Because God knows I'll be there.
As a big club, they need this Champions League, man. Arsenal need it.
Mate, you do realise if we don't win anything and City win the FA Cup, they're tied with us on major honours.
Bro, I remember Igal, when we won the Champions League, Igal kept laughing at us saying, City are only a few trophies away from you guys. And I was like, City are a few trophies away from you as well, bro. Like, I wouldn't be throwing stones when you live in a glass house.
I think they've overtaken Chelsea and they're about to overtake us as well. So
I know, and that was my point. That was my point back then, saying, yeah, City will overtake us, and then they'll just overtake you guys as well. So, like, it's not really that funny.
2021, that's just been the dear. Fucking knocked out by Unai Emery, finishing 8th in the league, and Chelsea won the Champions League as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it was glorious, man. We won the Champions League. We were at a pub near the Emirates, and then just out of like, why not? We took a picture outside your stadium by the cannon.
Yeah.
Oh, bro, Twitter went into meltdown, bro. The troops and a DT calling us like wankers or whatever. It was fun, man. Glorious, man. You don't know what that feeling's like. You don't know what that feeling's like, and you never will. But
you don't think we're gonna do it?
I think this is your best. I think it's your best chance to win the Champions League.
Yeah,
it's your best chance.
This is their best chance. Like the thing is, I think Barcelona are also up there. Obviously, you only have 4 teams left, so like it's like every team has like a 25% chance of winning it now.
Yeah, but Arsenal can. But I think for me, Arsenal have already beaten PSG. PSG, I'm not worried about. All right, if I was an Arsenal fan, I wouldn't be worried about PSG. The thing is,
Inter Milan. That's who they should worry about.
That's what I was about to say. I think Inter Milan would be the toughest test out of.
I agree. Inter are better than Arsenal, I think, in every facet. However, this is not a 2-legged tie. In a one-off game, who cares if you're better than me? It's just about getting it done on the day. So, and Barca are like, I don't know. Like, they started the season brilliantly, but like they've kind of, I guess, fizzled out slightly. And that high line that they play perfectly suits Arsenal on the counter. So, I don't know, bro. I think.
Yeah, I agree. This is their best chance to win it.
Bro, it's your best chance to just win the Champions League. I'll be real, bro.
Can't wait.
Next season, Xabi Alonso as well, Real Madrid potentially. You also got, what do you call?
Pep's going to rebuild. Liverpool going to get better.
Hey, so what are we saying? Arsenal back-to-back in the Champions League, yeah? You must. I hear it.
I think you must.
Prime, you're
you must. Up, man. You must,
One thing I will say, I think this is the first time in a good few years where all remaining 4 teams are an even match for each other. And I do firmly believe that. Listen, I think it can go anyway. Do I think, like, I haven't even been thinking about football. I'm only going to be focusing whenever we play in the Champions League. We just need to get it done. But we need revenge for 06, man. We need revenge for 06.
Revenge for 06? What happened
in 06? Eto's offside equaliser prime. I mean, I'm not going to repeat what happened, but all I'll say is that Eto was offside for the equaliser.
Yeah, but Henry didn't miss 3 big chances in the final.
Well, I mean, you come to expect that from Henry at that stage, don't you?
Yeah, I know. Terry, fraudery, man. That's what I call him.
It's like I say, if you want to win a league title, give me Thierry Henry. If you want to win a cup final, give me Drogba. Any other week.
If you want to win a big game, give you Drogba.
Before we move on, I just want to say big up for 215 subs, but let's get 220 by the end of the day, people. Come on, let's go. Big up to the support. Yeah.
Actually, speaking of which, Josh, how old are you?
I'm 20. I've never seen my club win a league title. I'm aware.
Oh, funny. I wasn't even trying to do that. So thank you for that. But like,
no worries, man.
So you haven't seen like Raul, Inzaghi, and there's a funny clip, but I'm not going to play it because it won't trigger. It won't trigger you, so I won't play it yet. I'll save it for Sarcasm City. I want to trigger Kaneki, bro.
Fair enough, pal, man.
But yeah, next season, I think Barca could go back to back. If they win it this year, they can go back to back again because Hansi.
The Champions League.
Yeah, Hansi Flick's a class manager, man. He's a class manager. Like people underrate him so much. He's one of the most disrespected managers out there, bro.
I'll be real.
I wanted Hansi Flick this summer. I can't. Last summer.
That Bayern Champions League win is still fugazi to me, though. I don't care what anyone tells me.
Nah, bro.
Why do you think that? Because of COVID?
It was a great run. It was a great run.
No, it was because of like they battered Spurs and Chelsea, who were bad that year, and everyone made it out like that. And also that final, they played PSG, who played them off the park. And like, if Neymar and Mbappe weren't bozos that day, PSG win that Champions League.
Bro, they destroyed.
Tuchel got denied a quadruple, didn't he, that season?
They destroyed Barcelona 8-2, man.
Yeah, and Barca were also poor that year as well, which is why Liverpool's remontada, I don't rate it that highly. You made a comeback against a poor Barca side.
Was it?
Yes, it was a poor Barca side. This was post MSN.
No, was it? No. I remember seeing a stat where they beat Spurs 7-2, but Spurs had a higher XG.
No, they beat Spurs. They beat Spurs. I think it was 7-1, and then they beat us. 7-2. Maybe they beat us 7-1.
Spurs had a bigger XG that day,
group stages,
which is insane.
Yeah.
No, but that was in the group stages, like in the knockouts.
Yeah, and then in the knockouts, round of 16, they played us, and I think they beat us 7-1 then.
Yeah, 3-0 at Stamford Bridge.
They beat.
You remember that scoreline? Okay.
They beat you 3-0.
The most traumatic defeat in my life was the 5-1 home defeat. But,
which ones?
Fuck off.
Wait. Were they both? So you know how there's 3 5-1s in a row? Was it 2 at home, 1 away?
No, 2 at the Allianz, 1 at the Emirates.
Games, bro. 15 games.
You talk about revenge. It could be revenge for Barca and Allianz, bro.
No,
winning the Champions League at the Allianz, bro.
Hey, Prime. It's like I said. The European Cup has been hosted in Munich. The European Cup final has been hosted in Munich 4 times.
Josh,
all of those teams that won it those 4 times won it for the first time.
Josh, you
really?
Nearly knocked Munich.
Wait a minute. Nottingham Forest 1979, Marseille 93, Dortmund 97, and Chelsea 2012.
Yeah.
Oh, so it's Arsenal or PSG then?
Arsenal or PSG's year, if history's anything to go by.
You know what? Villa, man. If only Emery had kept on Rashford, Villa go through, and Villa beat Arsenal. I trust Villa to beat Arsenal. I don't trust this PSG side, bro.
No, the thing is, right, Josh,
repeat of 2021.
You nearly knocked Bayern Munich out in 2013, right? If I'm not mistaken. You nearly knocked them out in 2013. You were the only team that beat them in the Allianz that year as well.
Yeah, 2-0, but we went out on away goals.
Yeah.
Neuer had to hold the ball. I remember that. 8-year-old me was fuming.
I missed the away goals rule, bro.
2010, man. That Iron Robin goal still like.
I remember when I first got into football. We lost 3-1 at home to AS Monaco. I saw that we won 2-0 in the second leg. And I was thinking, why the hell are we out of the Champions League? We've just beaten them 2-0. Like weren't there penalties or anything?
Yes, thank you, Shark. 18-19, bro. Yeah, bro. That's why I'm like.
No, but Lewandowski still needs to get his Ballon d'Or, man. I don't give a shit. Like, he still needs that Ballon d'Or, man.
Why does he need that Ballon d'Or?
He is not, bro. The fact that the Ballon d'Or ceremony was cancelled, right?
So we're gonna admit that Messi has robbed players of Ballon d'Ors now. We're gonna admit that. We're gonna admit that Messi is actually not the GOAT, like people think he is. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're willing to have that conversation. Are we willing to have that conversation?
Yep.
No. Okay.
No, but the thing is that Lewandowski should have won this though. Like, how are you allowed to, have a FIFA Best Player of the Year award, FIFA Best Men's Player of the Year for 2020, but not have a Ballon d'Or ceremony? It doesn't make sense. At least
because FIFA Best don't run the Ballon d'Or.
No, I know, but still, like, it should count to something, man.
Wait, what?
It should count.
What? Big Mac, hey yo. Josh, answer for this accusation, bro.
How's Arteta's body doing? What did he say? What's Arteta said?
No, what's going on?
What's going on here? Is this over my dead body? Oh no!
Over my dead body. Bro, I thought he meant that you said something about Arteta's body. I was like, what?
No, what the fuck? What was?
I don't know. He didn't type it properly. Over my dead body.
Over my dead body. Man, I genuinely thought like this was the first season, like summer of 2024, the most optimistic I felt about our title challenge since 2015. and both times we finished second without. Yeah, 2015, I was a young, naive kid. I hadn't learned about Arsenal that much yet. And 2024, I thought like the way we ended the season in the league, just keep being consistent, and we do it. And like I've said many times, we have been done over by the refs, but at the end of the day, even if we got those points back, we'd still be miles behind Liverpool. So we haven't been good.
Did you say 2014?
No, the summer of 2015.
Yeah, was that the year? Was that the start of the trend Wenger had, where you guys would end the season well, and people would say, "Oh, we're only 2 signings away from winning the title," and then you'd spend in the summer, and then you would do the whole thing again, where you'd start well, go through your dip in February, and then in March, April, you kick up again. I remember that cycle.
Prime, that was a thing a few years beforehand. Fighting for top 4 in 11-12 and 12-13. It was constant cycle, Prime. Honestly, man, I need this Champions League more than oxygen at this rate. Honestly,
no, you don't. No, you don't. Hey, over my dead body. Over my dead body.
No, but in all seriousness, though, Arsenal do need the Champions League, though, because to be honest with you, like they're the third biggest club in England, right?
And the what?
Third biggest club in England.
Okay, whatever you say, bro.
But they don't have a.
You're not even a true top red, bro. Your opinion doesn't matter.
What do you mean?
You're not a true top red, bro.
No Man United fan would ever admit that, Prime.
Yeah, you're not man born and bred, bro.
You're not Peckham born and bred, Akavin. Come
on. Peckham born and bred.
Man. No, but Akavin, I understand you saying we need a Champions League, but I mean, I feel like that is the most obvious statement ever. Like, we have none. Of course, we need one.
No, but the thing is, that Man City have one and you don't. That's the thing. And I'm like, you need to win.
Nottingham Forest have 2. All right, Aston Villa have 1.
Hey, Steaua Bucharest have a Champions League, and you guys.
Red Star Belgrade have a Champions League. Marseille have a Champions League. I'm fairly certain that Hamburg have a Champions League.
If PSG
Dortmund have a Champions League.
Is a big club. I think if PSG win this Champions League, they've leveled Marseille as a big club. They're one European trophy away. I don't know how many league titles Marseille have, but if
PSG win the Champions League, do they go?
He's cut off there.
Is that me cutting off, or is that Prime cutting off?
No, it's I think Prime cut off.
Sorry, can you guys hear me?
Yeah,
we can hear you.
Can you see me?
Yeah, I can see you.
Prime.
Okay.
So I don't class PSG as a big club, right? But if they win the Champions League, they go above Arsenal as a big club.
And
they have as many titles as well. So yeah, PSG have won the 13th league title this year, so it counts.
They've won only 13. I thought they had more.
No, mate. They were founded in 1970, and they hadn't won their first until like 2011.
PSG really are a new club, man.
They are 1970, you know.
No, if
and PSG the way people abuse Chelsea and City for being a new club, man. Hold that same smoke for PSG, please.
Fuck it, mate. Honestly, just
King. I'll see you later today for the NBA talk, bro.
If PSG win the Champions League,
LA PSG for
history dictates it's either Arsenal or PSG.
King, I don't think you should be as a Chelsea fan. I know you've had history with Barcelona, but are you really sure you want Barca to win it? I think it's either Inter or PSG.
Nah.
Surely Chelsea fans can't support Barcelona. Like,
surely.
If it's Arsenal versus Barcelona, you'll just shut him off whatever way.
I want Barcelona.
I mean, listen, but Barca aren't beating them.
But you've been robbed of them a few times already.
You've been what?
You've been robbed off of them a few times, bro. Chelsea.
Yeah, but it's UEFA loan, isn't it?
Yeah, of course. That's what I'm saying. Chelsea fans shouldn't be supporting Barcelona in the Champions League. Unless it's against Arsenal, fair enough. But like, come on, it should be Inter or PSG, in my opinion, at least.
Wait, Prime, if I'm not wrong, do you think that it's going to be an Arsenal Inter final?
I think PSG get to the final.
I think so. Because, but the Inter-Barca game is going to be closer than Arsenal-PSG, but I still see Inter going through. And then from there, it's a 90-minute, 120 minutes of extra time. It's a one-off game. So even though Inter are a better team than Arsenal, that doesn't mean Arsenal can't win it.
Can I address
one-off game, like you said?
No, I don't. But maybe in the future, if you do want to hop on my channel, let me know. You can just message me on. I'll send you the link later, mate. But take care, man. Have a good one.
Like, I'm not gonna be. I don't like Arsenal or anything, but I'm not gonna be one of those fans that are still gonna like be salty and hate. You guys are here for a reason, like, so I'm not gonna say you have no chance of winning it or whatever, or you're gonna get battered. No.
Okay, fair enough. The dreams were Inter to win, but anyway, as an Arsenal was suffice. Yeah, sure, fair enough.
Oh, cheers, King.
Cheers.
Yeah. Wait, is he a Chelsea fan? Yeah.
Yeah, he's a Chelsea fan. Yeah.
Pick up, bro. Proper Chelsea man.
But yeah, shout out to you, man, King. But yeah, move on to European show now, or you want to pick up?
Speaking of which, Man United, are you winning Europa?
Oh, they so are. They are so winning it. I hope.
Honestly, I don't know if we get past Bill.
Okay, it's gonna be Man United both in the final.
I hate these United fans that you guys. Why you guys always United fans always do this, right? You always act shook in big games, and then when you guys end up winning big games, you praise it like it's the best thing ever. Stop it, please. You're getting past Bilbao.
I don't know, man, because we have not played. We didn't play well on the weekend against Bournemouth, bro, and we couldn't even break.
Yeah, but no one cares about Bournemouth. I'll be so real. You're beating Bilbao.
Yeah, we couldn't break 10 men Bournemouth down. And people telling me,
great. Yeah, well done.
Nah.
Who cares?
Come on.
Who cares? And Arsenal couldn't beat Everton, and they battered Real Madrid. Who cares? Was it Everton you drew against?
Yeah, twice.
Bro, Real Madrid don't have the cohesion in the season. They don't have chemistry at all. I mean,
okay, and they beat Real Madrid. Everyone was saying, well, not everyone. A lot of people were saying that Arsenal get battered by Real Madrid.
So I think we get past Bilbao, but I'm not saying this confidently.
Yeah, I'm not saying it will be like a brilliant performance, but you'll still get past Bilbao.
I don't think we'll win this Thursday, though. I think it'll be a draw, and then we'll see.
You're winning the tournament, man. I'm being so.
I don't think we're winning on Thursday. I don't think we're gonna win this Thursday, but next Thursday.
The first one's away from home, right? And the second leg is at. So you're going through then. You're going through.
I feel after a game like Lyon, like there's no other way for this campaign to end other than Manchester United winning it. You know what I mean?
I think you might even lose the first leg, but you'll win the second leg at OT and you go.
No, but I'd rather not lose the first leg because if we lose the first leg, heads drop. You know, one thing I'll tell you.
Your heads won't, bro. Your heads won't drop.
No, I'll tell you one thing. Yeah, this United team mentally they're not there.
They are though. I think that's the point I'm speaking.
No. When we concede. We always...
bro, you say that, but in big games, you guys step up. You guys have...
When it matters most.
I'm not saying your players are brilliant or whatever, or you're consistent, but you have you have match winners. When it matters, you guys turn up.
I agree with you on that, but at the same time, like, because the thing is, right, last year I told everyone we're going to win the FA. We had to win the FA Cup last year, and we did. Last year we actually did well in the FA Cup. Well, not well, but we did enough to win the FA Cup.
Didn't do well in the FA Cup. You guys should have got knocked out by.
We didn't. Bro, Newport scored 2 goals against us after us being 2-0 up, bro.
Yes, and you guys should have got knocked out by Coventry in the semis, and you still made it through, and you beat City in the final.
We scraped by against Nottingham Forest away. We beat Liverpool 4-3.
I know, but that's my point, bro. You guys have match winners. So the fact that you don't believe that you guys will win it, you will.
Thursday. Hopefully he's fit for Thursday. He might be back, so we'll see. Hopefully he's fit for Thursday. So that's a plus. Because the thing is, in attack, right? The biggest issue I have for attack on Thursday is I'll say this again. The biggest issue I have is our attack for Thursday. Because Xerxes not out injured. So I'm only worried who's going to score our goals. If Bruno can step up and get the output, fair enough. What's his name? If, let's say, Hoyland can get a goal or something. I don't see him scoring, but if he can, then fair enough. You might as you play Kobe in the 10. You play, or if Amat's fit, you bring him off the bench. You don't start him because Amat's only having training this week. He's having his first training session this week, so don't start him. Don't you dare, because it'll ruin him. Injury, he'll get injured again. Don't want that to happen. So, yeah, you need him fit for Thursday. That's it. You just need him fit for Thursday. That's all I ask for. But yeah, we'll see. I'm more concerned as to how we can contain them, because Bilbao are a decent side. We're lucky that Nico Williams ain't fit for Thursday.
Yeah, I know they're. I think he's missing both legs.
So yeah, he's missing both games. But then again, we also have Xerxes out, so the goals might. Well, we went to try and score goals.
Yeah, but I think you guys would be fine. Even if you guys like lose narrowly in the first leg, I don't think it makes much of a difference because in the second leg you'll make your way through.
I hear it, but don't forget the final is in Bilbao, so they're gonna have extra motivation to go back to the final. So yeah, anything but a Man U versus Spurs final is a disgrace from both clubs. I hear it. It should. Well, don't. I'll tell you this: don't write off Bodo Glimt because Bodo Glimt are actually a good team. They've been a good team for quite some time now. They've had some decent European runs, and this is the year that they finally. This is the year that they finally get. Bodo Glimt are good. Don't.
I didn't say they're not good, but like.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about King here. The comment here. I'm bringing
just
up. Anything but a Man U
I don't know.
I think whoever win. I think whoever. I don't know if I'll say this like with confidence, but whoever comes out of the United Bilbao game wins the Europa League.
I agree with.
Whoever comes up from that side wins it. I think if Bilbao go through, I think I'm gonna back us to win it.
I agree with that because I don't see Bodo Glimt being able to beat United or Bilbao. Spurs are a non-factor for me. They're not making fun.
Greetings, man. Greetings all the way from Thailand, bro. Big up to Namibia every single time.
This thing that Spurs fans think that they're in the final. Bodo Glimt are giant killers, bro. Spurs are not. Anyways, I'll just enjoy the tears, man.
It's the game against what do you call it? No, I don't know about Spurs, man. The things with Spurs, whenever they go to a final, they just don't turn up.
Bro, they don't even turn up in semifinals either. The second leg semifinal Bodo Glimt is in Norway, right?
Yeah. No, but don't forget the Ajax semifinal though. Don't forget the Ajax semifinal.
Yeah, but Ten Hag was in charge of that Ajax team, and Onana was in goal. I don't count that. I don't care.
For every Ajax, you have every other semi-final that Spurs have participated in over the last 17 years.
I don't care, bro. Yeah, but I don't. Ajax bottled it, bro. It's not like I'm not praising Spurs for doing that.
You know who I think should have made the final that year? It should have been Juventus. Juventus actually bottled it.
No, Ajax outclassed them.
Nah, Juventus bottled it, man.
No, Ajax rightfully outclassed Juve and Real Madrid. It's against Spurs that they bottled it. So I'm not gonna.
Nah, I think if Ronaldo had gotten Juve through against Ajax, I think they would have won the whole thing.
Ronaldo wasn't at Juve that year.
He was.
When Spurs made the final, Ronaldo wasn't at Juve. Was he?
He was at Juve.
Yeah, that was his first season at Juventus.
That was his first year.
He just left Real Madrid after the 3-peat.
2019. Oh yeah, it was. Damn.
Yeah, that was the year Ronaldo left Real Madrid.
I remember he put in a horror tackle, and I think it was De Ligt in the closing stages of the second leg. Terrible, man.
You're
on mute.
Ronaldo at Juve was a freak. He deserved the Champions League for what he was doing at Juve.
Bro, do you remember those 2 goals against Porto in lockdown that year? Because also don't forget, right? Alexandro ruined his Champions League run. He blocked, bro. Ronaldo was literally gonna make a run into the box. Alexandro fucking blocked him, bro. In that Porto game.
Do you remember his performances against Atletico Madrid for Juve?
Yes, bro, of course. And the celebrations against Diego Simeone, man. My fucking goal.
Bro, there are Real Madrid fans in that second leg against Arsenal saying that it'd be 2-0 now after 20 minutes with Ronaldo.
The amount of crosses they're putting in.
Yeah, bro. They would have done a remontada if they had Ronaldo.
Oh yeah, for sure. But yeah.
Right.
But did you mention the FA Cup semi-final as well, Josh?
Well, no. I just want to say congratulations to Crystal Palace. That was an absolutely brilliant victory. Man, they should have won about 5-0. I don't understand why Mateta's goal was ruled out, and obviously he botched the penalty up as well.
And Forrest hit the post 3 times as well against Man City.
I think City were always in control. I think they were letting it slip after the second.
Go see one of the goals that Forrest missed. You'll be so shocked he missed that.
Akerin, I saw the entire game. I was not watching Liverpool.
That was a terrible miss, man. That could have got them back into the game. That goes in there, they're back in the game automatically.
I thought Chris Wood was quite poor as well. I was disappointed in that.
Yeah, Chris Wood was very, very quiet for some reason. I don't know what happened to him, but he was very, very quiet. I think, bro, this would have been the making of an old school classic Aston Villa and Nottingham Forest FA Cup final. That'd have been an old school football match, bro.
3 Champions Leagues between them as well.
Facts. That's what I mean. That the heritage there between the two clubs is insane. That's what I'm trying to say.
And now it's Palace v City, who combined have won more Champions Leagues than Arsenal. Crazy.
The last two finals of Palace
until May 2025
were against both Manchester.
You keep saying this. You know we have evidence, right?
Okay. Hey, listen. It's hope rather than expectation. That's all.
Now it's hope.
No. I'm fine to get cooked. If in the likelihoods we do fuck up.
That's clear. But when Gal says something, we have to take him seriously. Okay. But when it's Josh, it's hope. Cool.
But you know how Gal is like, bro. He
and I know what Josh is like. So is he being serious or is it hope?
Bro, Josh is very realistic about Arsenal.
I genuinely think we have a chance.
I believe it. I don't even want to say it, but I'll say this: it's your best chance of winning the Champions League, bro. Honestly, it's your best chance.
It is. Since 06, this is your best chance to win it.
And you've already been to a final as a club and lost, so you're not even playing that thing of losing your first final.
But to be fair to you though, these players have never made a final, so it's
no. But I mean, as a club, they've been to a Champions League final.
Oh yeah, for sure. So, I'm not denying that, but as a club, as individual. But
also, Arsenal's record as a club in Europe as a whole and in European finals is not that good. Your last European final, you got battered.
Wait, didn't you win the Cup Winners' Cup in Josh? Didn't Arsenal win the Cup?
We've won 2 trophies that don't exist anymore. The Intercity's first Cup in 1970, which was a 2-legged final, by the way. So I make of that what you.
The Cup Winners' Cup was also
the 1994 Cup Winners' Cup. We've lost 2 others Cup Winners' Cup finals. We've lost a UEFA Cup final. Well, technically 2 if you count 2019 as the Europa League as well.
So that's why I'm saying Arsenal's record in European competitions in finals is not great either.
Not at all.
We beat Barcelona in 91 in the Cup Winners' Cup.
Mark Hughes, wasn't it?
Mark Hughes, yep. And Robson as well.
Mark Hughes, manager Mark Hughes.
No. He was playing for us back then.
Yeah.
Underrated United legend.
Class.
Wasn't even mentioned when you were doing the combined Manchester United's all-time 11.
He would
Bobby Charlton didn't almost die in Munich to not get included in that. That's all I'm saying.
No. I'm doing a part 2. Don't worry.
Wait, you did a... Is that are you talking about the TikTok?
I did a United combined 11. I did one with Rasta.
Oh, that okay. I didn't see that. Is that a stream?
No, it was a stream. Yeah, it was on my channel. Yeah, the thing is, right?
Okay, I'll check it out.
I already said I'm gonna leave out a lot of players, so I'm gonna do a part 2. I'm gonna leave these players. I'm gonna do a part.
Maybe you should get a few United fans,
No, I will.
Especially a few older ones as well.
Yeah, I actually did one with a United fan. I think you know who he is. He's Manchester United fans voice on Instagram. I think you've heard of him before. I did a show with him on what was it in January, and yeah, we did like a United talk. We just talked about the season as a whole. We talked about the transfer window. We talked about everything else. But yeah, shout out to him. Hopefully,
are you worried that you guys will be even worse next season?
There is worrying signs. Yes, I completely understand the concerns. I'm one of those fans that'll be like, you know what? If Amram doesn't get what he wants and what he needs in the summer, then it's going to be a huge struggle. Because look, I'm sure I think we're going to get Cunha. I think at this rate, I think Cunha is almost. I think Cunha is almost done. That sign's almost sealed. Hopefully, fingers crossed that deal gets done ASAP before the season ends, so he can join the preseason tour or whatever.
Akerin, I don't think it gets any worse than this season though.
But people said that last year. People said that 2 seasons ago. People said that in Ollie's last season.
I already knew this year was going to be a write-off for United because, bro, the thing is, we kept Ten Hag.
No, but
right?
this isn't. What's happening is not a write-off, bro. This is worse than a write-off.
I agree with you. I completely agree. This is much worse than a write-off. We should not have appointed Amram in October. We should have appointed him in the summer, bro. We should have waited till the summer to get him in because, bro,
aren't you risking another Ole situation with Ruud van Nistelrooy? If he somehow managed to change the fortunes, the Glazers probably would have been fooled again, and then it would be another 3 years of pissing about.
Also, with this whole thing of give Amram his because I was listening to Mandem talk on or Mandem United on Sarcasm City, and Kaneki and Eddie and stuff talking about Amram, and even the way Rand speaks about Amram and stuff.
Bro, that
like quote, I have the same. And by the way, what I'm saying is kind of what applies for Chelsea as well. What is Man United's like? What's your philosophy? What's your style of play? Not historically as a club,
bro,
but under Ineos, what is actually your style of play? Because bringing in Amorim to play Amorim style, which is very, very niche, particularly how he uses his wing backs. If Amorim gets sacked, you're going to have a team where you've got a bunch of center backs that only do well in the back three. You're going to have a bunch of like wing backs who can't play in a four or can't play as wingers. So that means your next manager is going to have to be someone who plays in a back three as well. Like, I'm just thinking, what is your actual style? And I have the same for Chelsea. Us going from Pocher to Poch and Maresca, like, in terms of the philosophies of those three managers, doesn't make sense.
No, it doesn't.
So that's why I question my ownership of do we have an actual style of play.
Do you know really pisses me off, bro? Is that the fact that Amram, right? Like, okay, look, I'm not taking anything away from the season in Europe. Like, he's done well in the Europa League, right? But what really pisses me off is that he doesn't want to change it up when it goes really, really hard, when it goes horribly wrong. Like, bro, why don't you just, just keep it simple for now, and then when you get your own players in, or supposedly your own players, then play your football. Because what's the point of playing players out of position just for the sake of implementing your own style of play? Bro, look where we are at the table. We could have easily been 5th or 4th by playing better football, bro.
Is that not a damning indictment on Amorim as a manager because he's refusing to adapt, or he can't adapt? Like, do you think it's either of those things?
It's not about adaptation. It's more about stubbornness. It's more. He's
not adapting to the circumstances. He's trying to force players in these different positions. And
but then that makes me question. Maybe he's being promised that, like, just play your style and we'll get you players in the summer, which fine. But with how bad things are going this season, like, fans, they won't forget this. Maybe some fans will say, "Oh, it's a write-off, whatever." But if you start next season and you're opening 5 games, you've lost 3, you're not playing well, you've lost 6 out of your opening 10, like, all of a sudden it gets dark, bro.
I've asked this question already on stream. How will United respond from this season? Because, bro, Liverpool have won the league already, and we're in our worst position ever. So this is obviously the worst season ever that's happened to us. Like, no debate whatsoever. Even if we win the Europa League, this is the worst season that's ever happened to us. So how are we going to respond from this? How are we going to respond to Liverpool's title win? Is my question to all United fans out there, because we can talk about winning the Europa League all we like, but Liverpool have won the Prem, right? They've equaled us now. That's their Premier League title in the bag. When they win the 21st league title, or if they win the 21st league title next season,
they will.
How are we going to respond even more to that? How are we going?
Yeah, but you say you guys respond. Are you talking about as a fan base or in terms of your actual directors?
As a club as a whole, like, forget just the fans, the club.
There's gonna be no. There's gonna, but there'll be no response. You allowed City. You allowed City to do. You allowed City to do a treble and then a 4P, and there was no response. You allowed Liverpool to win their first league title, and there was no response.
We responded with merchandise today. We posted merchandise on fucking Twitter today, bro. United.
I know, but that's my point. Of, like, Amram's probably been promised stuff, which is fine, but, like, if he has a similar summer to what happened in January, and I don't believe he'll get properly backed in the summer. Like, if you go through another season of, so fine, you get rid of Rashford, Anthony, Sancho, sell them, fine. But if you still have Højlund as your 9, Garnacho as your outlet on the wing, and Anthony or not Anthony, Onana as your goalkeeper.
I want us to go for Gyökeres.
It's going to be next season is going to be dark for you guys. Very, very dark.
Oh, it is. You're right.
And
I've been saying this, bro, and people can call me crazy all they like, but we should have signed Morata in January on a short-term deal, because Morata would have offered us a few goals. Bro, because the thing is, right, we can talk about signing Dorgu. Dorgu was a good signing. I'm not saying Dorgu is a bad player, right? He's a decent player. We needed a goal scorer up top. Should have signed Morata when he was available. He's not the best signing out there. I'm on a short-term deal. I'd take it because you need goals, right? Morata's proven he scored big goals in the past. For clubs like Real Madrid, he scored big goals for Juventus in a Champions League final, even though it didn't mean much.
Morata is not. Morata is good when he's a backup striker. When he's number 2, he does well. But when he's the main guy,
deal.
What?
Sign him like a year and a half deal, like for like, and get him for like 6 months. At least use him for like the Europa League, whatever it is, and then for 6 months, right? What do you call? You sign a striker in the summer. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but United have done this though, where you'll sign a Cavani for a short-term deal as Zlatan or Ronaldo, and it doesn't work.
Cavani was actually quite good though. I can't lie.
I know, but it still doesn't work because you still need a striker at the end of the day. Casemiro, United fans praise the signing of Casemiro, but at the end of the day, you signed a washed player for big money, big wages, and now you need a DM.
I think Casemiro's been good. When he's played this season, bro.
No, but like my point meaning is that you don't have the longevity with Casemiro. You had him for 2 years.
We don't. I agree. We don't.
Yeah,
at least
you had him for 2 years. He's probably going to be gone in the summer, and you need a DM.
That's also a worry for me. Like we need someone who can who can be a ball playing midfielder.
And last summer you bought what's his name,
Ugarte.
You still need a DM. Declan Rice went to Arsenal and people can say whatever they want about Declan Rice, but he makes Man United instantly better. Chelsea bought Caicedo for big money. He makes United increasingly better. Lavia, who I know Lavia has injury problems, fine, but he makes United better. Leslie Oguchukwu, who Chelsea have on loan at Southampton, makes United better.
Facts.
And the fact that United wasted money on Casemiro, in terms of the long term of Casemiro, it's a waste. And Ugarte is also a waste. So this is, again, Man United continuously still wasting money. You bought Højlund, that's a waste of money.
He's not a permanent signing yet, but he will be a permanent signing in the summer. Because
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It's a waste. And it's just United consistently wasting money. Dorgu, like, he's a talent, but like he's not someone who should be starting.
I agree.
Exactly, and that's a waste of money. And again, I'm saying this because Chelsea have wasted money on players that we shouldn't have signed, or we shouldn't have brought them in to be number 1.
You know what we should have gone for? We should have brought back Alvaro Fernandez from Benfica.
That guy's actually good.
We should have kept him in the Ten Hag was so stupid, bro. He fucking sold him when we didn't have a left back. We had to play Amrabat at left back, play fucking Reguilon. We'd send him back to Spurs. We didn't even have a left back. Shaw and Malacia were out at the time, bro. So that's all in Ten Hag, man. You should never have let go of Alvaro Fernandez when you needed him most. It's all well and good being able to play Omari Forson in the team, like bring up Kobe Mainoo and stuff like that. But why can't you play Alvaro Fernandez, man? He'd have been he can't be worse than what we had at the time. I remember I had a fucking left back, bro. That's how bad it got. We had to play Wan-Bissaka out of position at left back. You know what I mean? Bro, Wan-Bissaka has to play left back. You think he was
we're mentioning players like Wan-Bissaka that were signed on the previous managers, and I guess it's what Prime said earlier. It's like over the last 10 years, it's been a continual string of errors in regards to your transfer policy, which has led to a complete mismatch of players that can't really fit into a particular system.
That is true.
Or wasting money on, like, people are praising Mazzuari, right? And I'm not saying Mazzuari is not good, but Mazzuari is a right back who is not in this system. He's not good as a wing back. He operates well in a back 3, and in a back 4, he's defensive but isn't good going forward. So you signed a cheaper Wan-Bissaka, and people slated Wan-Bissaka.
No, I said Wan-Bissaka. I said sorry. Let me say it again. I said Wan-Bissaka should have been the one who stayed. I think we should have sold Dalot and kept
No, but I'm
Wan-Bissaka.
not talking about you. I'm just saying, like in general, like the misallocation of funds
Oh yeah,
is
for sure.
like I don't, it's so weird. It's really, 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 really weird. And again, Chelsea do the same. So I'm just like, I don't get how. And this is why when people say the big clubs have fallen off, because we waste the money. United, Chelsea, Arsenal, to an extent as well, we're wasting money. Whereas the lesser clubs, like Chelsea, why are we spending over 100 million on Caicedo? When Brighton found him, Man United found Caicedo years ago. Why didn't they get him and develop him and nurture him?
Exactly. We had Bellingham. We had Jude Bellingham on tour at the club. We had Erling Haaland on the short list. We fumbled those three big time, man. We fumbled that, and also, bro, don't forget, right? We nearly signed Cucurella from Chelsea last year. We nearly signed him from Chelsea last year as well, Cucurella. It was so close.
Yeah, 2 summers ago, I think Poch played him in the Carabao Cup game and he got cup tied. That's the only good thing Poch did at Chelsea, bro. Because I rate, bro. I've been rating Cucurella, bro. He's quality.
No, he is very, very good. He's been good for a long time. So fair enough. But let's move on to like the European show as well. Anyways, I think that's what we got to go to. We talked about the United Bilbao game. You guys think? What's your prediction for the United Bilbao game? Thursday.
Well, first leg.
2-0 United.
I'm
gonna go 2-2.
First leg, I could see it being 1-1 or even 2-1 Bilbao. First leg.
I'll go.
But you'll win at OT anyway. So
you're winning the entire thing, Akavan.
I'll go 2-2 first leg.
Oh wait, so Man United Arsenal Super Cup final.
Yeah.
I'd love that. An Arsenal Spurs Super Cup final would be fun.
Hey, you know what? So if you guys lose to the worst Man United side in history in the Super Cup final, your Champions League gets revoked.
Man, I couldn't give a shit, mate. Hey.
Bro,
Champions League. I'm going to the grave with that Champions League, man.
Bro,
I'm semi-retired.
Over your dead body.
You told me,
yeah, over my dead body, so to speak.
Last week you told me you wanted Spurs to win over United in the final, didn't you?
Me?
Well, no. It's like I was like, if you had to put a gun to my head.
Why do you want Spurs to win over United?
Purely for Akavan's reaction for one.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, if you put a gun to my head, I'll just say shoot. Well, no, I wouldn't actually. I'll probably go United, to be honest. But
breaking news: Carlo Ancelotti and Brazil have reached an agreement in principle to be for the Italian to be the Celestial head coach.
Yeah, we've known that for years, bro.
But Fabrizio Romano exclusive just now.
I know, but we've known that for years.
So hey, big up Don Carlo, man.
Let's see. Hopefully, he can win like a Copa America with them or something. Well, let's see, bro.
No, I want to see him do well at Brazil. That's the one thing. I think that's his last job. I think he retires after Brazil. I think he goes after the Brazil job.
Mm-hmm.
I think he'll manage him at the World Cup next year.
Hey, good thing Carlo's not managing like in England, because the way England fans would slate Carlo for this.
Bro, England will slate anyone that's not English.
Hey, listen, when they cook Tuchel at the World Cup, I'll be there, bro, with the biggest smile on my face.
England ain't winning the World Cup, in my opinion. I'll say this.
I know. Now. That's why I'll be there with my smile.
I know. I think Josh thinks differently.
Well, no. I think we have a good. I think Tuchel is the perfect manager for knockout tournaments. I don't see why he can't bring success to a talented England side.
I can name how many people are in a squad for a tournament, international tournament?
I think 20.
Is it 23?
25, isn't it? 23.
25? Okay, I can name 23 to 25 reasons why you won't win World Cup.
Go ahead.
Your main striker, if we're doing this, your main striker, your captain, hasn't won a trophy. Bellingham
he's suspended for the next Bayern game as well.
Exactly.
Okay,
so hasn't won a trophy. You have Bellingham Fugazi in the big games. England starting number 7 right winger.
Guys, The end
has yet to win a trophy. Has lost every final he's been in.
Harry Kane's winning his first trophy this weekend.
Foden. All right. Well. Okay. Cool. He hasn't won a final. Foden.
And he's missing the game.
Foden doesn't perform well for England. John Stones is aging. Maguire is aging. Declan Rice doesn't have a midfield partner.
Yeah.
England's fullbacks. You're gonna play Trent and you'll get exposed outside.
You bring Kobe Manu, Adam Wharton to the World Cup.
You play Wharton over Manu. Wharton can actually play.
Yeah, no, Manu
that Wharton performance in the semi-final was insane, by the way.
I have to keep on reiterating, Kobe Manu is not a 6. Kobe Manu is not a 6. He's an 8 or a 10.
So why did United fans want him to play in the 6 at the Euros?
Because they're fucking clueless, bro. I keep saying it. They don't read the game properly, bro.
I felt sorry for Manu at the Euros. He plays well, but in the final he was just he
gets exposed in the 6 too much because his midfield gets overrun. He's not aggressive enough. He's not strong enough to hold a midfield. He's better going forward. He gets more output going forward than he does playing as a 6 or an 8.
So you think Amarim was right playing him in that sort of left hand role?
Yeah, for sure. I've been saying, bro, most of his goals actually come from the left-hand side of the 10. If you actually watch the FA Cup final, his goal came from the left side. The goal against Liverpool, left side as well. Leon also left side. That's what I mean. Like most of his goals come from the left side of the 10. And also don't forget that goal against Wolves as well, left side of the 10. When Omari Forster had in the ball, he went from the left hand. He cut in from inside, left hand, bang, bottom corner. So what I'm trying to say, he's a left hand. Play him there. But the thing is, where do you play Cunha? Do you play him in the right 10? Do you play him up top when he does join?
This all hope on Cunha, bro. Listen, it's cool. Sign him. We'll see what Cunha's really on.
Sorry?
He's got an attitude problem, hasn't he?
No, I'm not even talking about attitude. I'm just like... People just need to chill probably on Cunha.
No, I
think he matched Martinelli and Firmino as having the most goals by Brazilian in the Prem.
I know, but this whole thing of United fans do of bringing in for someone being the savior.
Bro, Prime, I can already see this next season. Yeah, United fans are gonna be like, "Oh, Cunha season, oh Cunha army or whatever this fucking shit next season." On Twitter, you just know it. You're gonna see these men come up with new Twitter names, bro. You know it. You just know it. They're gonna come up with new Twitter names, bro. I can already see it, bro. I can picture in my head this one guy gonna be called Cunha season.
You're gonna have all your hopes on Cunha. Bro, listen, you're gonna have all your hopes on Cunha and the lap.
No, I don't want the lap, man. I don't want the lap, man. I really don't.
Who do you want as striker, Ackerman?
I want Osimhen.
If not Cunha.
I want Osimhen.
Osimhen, fair play.
Yeah, Osimhen. All right.
Osimhen or Gyökeres.
I love the Gyökeres.
Yeah. You guys are doing this young player thing. It's gonna be the lap.
I hate it, man. I really hate. I don't understand this young player thing. Why do you have to go for players under 23 or under 25?
Because it's cheap. Because it's cheaper. It's cheaper.
Bro, it's
I'll blame FIFA for this.
Get all this fucking child, bro.
Not even wrong.
Stats decreasing once they hit 30. You know, it's just.
Bro,
that ruins an entire generation of football fans.
Just because a player reaches 30 doesn't mean he's finished. You can still sign a.
Oh, really? Interesting. But United fans said Ronaldo was washed. Crazy.
Exactly, and people think Luka Modric.
Crazy how when it was Ronaldo, people were saying he's not pressing, and but when it's Casemiro, he needs legs in midfield.
Bro, Ronaldo was pressing like crazy on a Rangnick, bro.
Crazy how people said Ronaldo's taking Rashford's goals, but since Ronaldo's gone, you guys don't have any goals. Crazy.
Bro, we replaced Cristiano Ronaldo with fucking Wout Weghorst, and we replaced Wout Weghorst with fucking what's his name? Rasmus Højlund.
Mm-hmm.
Partners with Xerxes as well. Zerkamp.
Hey, Xerxes is doing quite well. I'll be honest. I didn't think he was going to do well. I didn't think he was going to do well. I thought he'd be like He's actually kind of racked up the goals second half of the season. I think he's actually kind of played decent. But you know why I think he's playing well now? Because the fans booed him.
Accountability, is it?
Accountability. Thank you. Start doing this to your own players. Stop fucking clapping these players off.
It's what annoys me. Your fan base was booing Xerxes off the pitch,
bro.
But we've been giving Højlund free rides.
They were singing Ruben Amorim's name.
Is it a colour thing? Is it a colour thing?
Yeah, well, I know. I look at obviously Goldbridge is in close contact to Højlund as well. So I don't know. Does that weigh on the conscience of Man United match-going fans?
But the thing is, bro, I've never been in an era where managers get protected so much for doing so shit.
It's all this phase bullshit, isn't it?
I've never been in this era, bro, where managers get protected for doing so shit. Because go look at what you call Poch at Chelsea, first half of the year. Fans were like, "Oh, give him time." Go look at what you call Ten Hag, second season. What's happened to him? Oh, he's had injuries. Third season, everyone wanted him out. Give me another example. Arteta's first 2 years at Arsenal, 3 years at Arsenal.
Outside the top four on each and every one.
Well, second and a half season, my bad, because he came half year in.
Won a COVID FA Cup, and that's granted him 5 years in the job. Yeah.
And what's another one? Give me a much better example, because I know there's.
Well, Andrea Pirlo at Juventus.
Nah.
No, he got binned straight.
They sacked him.
What example are you looking for?
Like a manager that's been protected so much for doing shit.
Oh, they're going to Solskjaer. Because your fan base was in a civil war about him.
No,
it was a Michael UGH against the world, essentially.
Yeah, it was.
And eventually he came up on top.
Bro, that guy's a legend, bro, on Twitter.
His Ten Hag stats that he came out with every match.
Bro, all those records broke. Yeah, I was like, bro, you have to go to his Twitter, right? I think it was one of his pinned tweets, something like that. He had all the records, right, that Ten Hag broke. Bro, I kid you not, he broke the most record. I think he's the manager that has broken the most negative records in the history of football. Real talk.
Hey, don't talk too soon, bro. You've got Amorim.
He's only broken some records, by the way. We hadn't lost to Wolves back to back since 1980.
Wait, is it true that Man United haven't won back to back games the whole season, or is it just under Amorim?
We've won back to back games the whole season. We've won back to back. Not in the Prem. We've won back to back games this season. Yes.
I'm talking about the Prem, obviously.
No. In the Prem, we've not won back to back games this year.
Wait. But is it all season or just under Amorim?
All season.
Oh wow.
It's embarrassing, bro.
Well, that's what I was saying about when you were talking about the league being poor. We're second place and we haven't won more than 3 Premier Leagues in a row all season.
But when the league is poor, which
I don't. Well, I agree to an extent, but I don't take credit away from Liverpool for that.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. If the league is poor, then why aren't Chelsea winning it, or United, or Arsenal? You know what I mean? Why can't we win a poor league?
Exactly. That's why I say fair play Liverpool. Taking full advantage. Ruthlessly efficient. Fair play.
But anyways, let's get to Champions League predictions.
Oh, will we start with Arsenal PSG?
I think you do, yeah. Take it away, bro.
You want to take it away? I mean, what have we got? Party suspended. Party suspended.
You must.
Prime, I agree with that. We do. We have to get through. Party suspended.
Don't say we do. Say you must.
We must. Your Honour.
Good. Clipped. Thank you.
Party suspended. I know Prime, last stream I was on, you were talking about how he isn't going to be a big miss. He will be. Jorginho's out injured as well. So
why do you? Reason why I don't think he'll be a big miss is because the first leg being at home. If the first leg was at Paris, then I'd agree it'd be a massive miss. But because you're at home, I think you guys will be able to control things a lot better. And plus, the way you defend anyway, I think it's like you'll do enough to just like kind of get through the first leg. Partly being in the second leg will give you a major boost. But yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, it's all right, man. It's all right. Fair play on that point, but I do think it'll be a big miss regardless. Jorginho is out injured as well, although I wouldn't have wanted him starting anyway. So Rice will have to come into the 6. Marino's going to have to drop into midfield from centre forward, which he's actually been excelling in. So fair play to him. And Trossard, I think, will be up front. Lewis Skelly and Timber will be the fullbacks as well, unless Arteta overthinks. Like, I wouldn't put it past him. Raya, I hope he's got his bozo moments out of the way against Palace. Same with Saliba against Palace and Real Madrid. Kivior is going to have to step up again. He has been absolutely brilliant since Gabriel's injury, but he is going to have to step up. PSG, we know what they're all about. Absolutely fantastic team. I'll allow you two to do a deeper analysis on them if you want. But if you want me to give a prediction, you know I'm big on my history. We've played PSG 5 times and we've never lost to them. Last time we faced them in a semi-final, we got to the final, ended up winning the Cup Winners' Cup.
Yeah.
94. Kevin Campbell, winner. God rest his soul. So...
such a top bloke as well.
He was. Everton legend as well. But I'm going to back the lads. Our season's on the line. PSG, they lost 3-1 at home to Nantes, I think it is, despite playing their strongest team. So I think they are there to be got at. I'll go with a topsy-turvy 2-1 victory.
2-1 victory at...
Yeah.
You're playing at home first, yeah?
Yeah, Emirates first leg. Parc des Princes second leg. And if we do get knocked out, we then have to go to Anfield after that for the Guard of Honour. So, yeah, can't wait. What's your prediction? What are your predictions, Les?
Football gods, I've never asked you for anything before. But, hey, losing at the Parc des Princes, being knocked out, and then giving a Guard of Honour. Hey. Listen, sir. Oh, Igal. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my.
Our Prom is manifesting it already. Why couldn't this
be Emery, man? Why couldn't this be Arsenal? Being knocked out to Emery and giving Liverpool a Guard of Honour would have hit like crap, bro. Oh, my God, man.
And AFC will still try to force the agenda. Oh, Arteta's still better than Emery.
Don't listen to that shit,
bro. We need that. Emery getting to the final. Liverpool Guard of Honour over my dead body. Oh my God, I needed that.
I'm genuinely so glad that United are not one of those teams that are doing the Guard of Honour this week. I'm fucking pissed, bro.
No, I don't even care.
I won't even turn on the fucking TV.
But I don't even care doing a Guard of Honour, really. Like, so long as you don't win the title against me, I don't care about the Guard of Honour. But for Liverpool, for Arsenal, the way Arsenal fans have disrespected Liverpool all season, to be knocked out by Emery and give Liverpool a Guard of Honour a few days after, that would, and the game would be at Emirates, right?
No, it's at Anfield.
Oh, Guard of Honour at Anfield. Oh, okay. Guard of Honour at Emirates would have been better, but you know.
Well, can't have it completely correct, can we, Prime? Unfortunately.
Arsenal, man, you had one fucking job this season, man. You let me down. One job.
Well, we had a job for you, like I mentioned earlier, 22-23. We could have stopped City. We should have stopped. Well, we could have stopped City winning the treble, but we didn't.
Exactly.
And then 23-24, we could have stopped them doing the 4-peat and breaking your records, but we didn't. And then this year, we could have stopped Liverpool equaling your title record, but didn't. It's like I said earlier, you bring one man down, you bring the other down as well. Sorry, Akevin.
But this is the one I needed you to do most, bro. This was the one.
What, more so than City matching your achievements and surpassing them?
Well, it's not surpassing.
Well, in terms of the title, consecutive record.
We've done 3 in a row twice, so I'd rather have that.
No, so have we. Well, back in the 30s, admittedly. But
even then, like, I'm looking at it, I'm like...
Twice at Stamford Bridge, by the way.
How do you not capitalize on Man City falling off this season? I know Liverpool have been good.
Wait, what about Chelsea twice? 2 Champions Leagues? Okay.
What were you saying, Ackerman?
No, I was just
I'm getting all these Champions League jokes out of the way.
Well, just in case the impossible.
I won't be able to use it again. So
how do you not capitalize on this year, man? This was really your year. I can't lie, Arsenal. For real, this was really.
It's been a whole mixture. Arteta is madly at fault. We haven't been helped with injuries, although I think our attacking issues are a coaching thing just as much as it is players being missing. And I have said many times we have been fucked over by some refereeing decisions, but even if we accumulate those points back, we'd still be miles behind Liverpool. So we haven't been good. We haven't been good enough regardless.
I was planning to do this show without my fucking camera on. Mine was going to hiding, bro. Liverpool. I knew Doug was gonna be the first one in my chat. I knew it was gonna be him, bro. First one in my chat. Shout out Doug every single time, yeah. I'm like, but nah.
What's your prediction, Kevin?
Oh yeah, I was gonna give my prediction anyways. 2-1 Arsenal.
2-1 as well. Right. What about you, Tron?
I had to think about it actually. 2-1, 2-2, but I think 2-1 Arsenal. I think you'll scrape it, just about.
Oh, fair enough. It'll be all to play for the Park to Pranson.
Let's talk about Barca Inter. Well, until Prem, because this is prediction as well. Barca Inter is going to be a really good game. That's going to be really good.
Where's the first leg being played?
It's going to be. I think it's at. Hold on. Actually, I think it's at Barca, because I think Barca were the ones on top. I think they were second in the UCL table, if I'm not mistaken. So
yeah, they were.
So
they finished above us on goal difference.
Yeah, no, because you guys were also third in the UCL table. So most of your games are at home this year in the first leg. So that's why I think it's going by a table order. So I think Barca are at home first. So
Leeds are heading top of the championship, by the way.
Sorry.
Leeds are heading top of the championship, by the way.
Well, yeah. Hopefully they get back. Hopefully they go back down again next year.
We need Leeds in the Prem. They're a massive club.
True, but if they get relegated again, then that'd be nice, wouldn't it?
Well, they cost us 2 Premier League titles.
I still can't get over the fact that United won the FA Cup last year and Leeds bottled promotion on the same weekend at Wembley.
I bet that fed you for a few months before Ten Hag stayed.
That was lovely, man. The fact that we won the FA Cup, right, against City, and Leeds bottled promotion at Wembley on the same day, on the following day. That was hilarious. What a weekend that was.
Fair play.
Take me back to that day, man. Take me back to that day.
Don't worry, this season it will be Arsenal lose the Champions League final, knowing our luck, while you win the Europa League against Spurs. No. First leg is at the new camp. Or Camp Nou, or wherever it is.
We have to win the Europa League. We must. And I will say, we must win the Europa League. Otherwise, we're going trophyless. For the first time in 3 years.
It's like, surely you'd rather finish 17th and win the Europa League than finish second and win fuck all.
I would. Yes.
Now,
it means the
granted,
same thing.
that league campaign would be torture, but there's light at the end of the tunnel.
But you know what? Also, if you win the Europa League, you're gonna get pot one as well. Pot one of your draw. Like you face not like massive clubs, but you can avoid the bigger clubs when you're in like pot 3, pot 4. Say that if you win the Europa League, because I think you only face like 1 or 2 pot 1 teams. I think you face I think you face 1 pot. How'd you say? I think you face 2 pot two clubs from every single pot or something. If I'm not mistaken, I think you face There's 4 pots, I think.
To be honest, I'm not too sure, man.
No, but I'm not sure. Cam has been reviewing for 2 years.
That's it, yeah.
But they're gonna get the revenue back once the Camp Nou is done. Like I think by December, Barca moving back. By December this year, I think they're moving back. So once all that's, or I don't know, the start of next year, I'm not sure. But when it's done, trust me, that Camp Nou, that renovated Camp Nou, is gonna elevate their revenue. They're gonna make so much revenue back. It's gonna solve the financial troubles, man. Barca. So yeah, it's next season. All right, fair enough. But yeah, even then, like I said, like it's gonna solve your financial issues, man. Like your revenue is gonna go skyrocketing. So yeah, fair enough, fair play. Why can't we keep iconic stadiums in football, man? Now we're gonna take down. Oh, well done.
Well, Prime, what was your prediction for the Arsenal PSG game?
The Arsenal PSG game. What was your prediction for that one?
First leg at the Emirates.
I didn't give one. Oh. 2-1 Arsenal.
Oh, all said 2-1.
Yeah.
I'll take it, although parts of France will be.
Spurs Bodo Glimt.
I think it'll be close. I think it'll be close, and PSG will think the tie's still in the balance. They'll go in the second leg at home. They'll attack Arsenal, and you guys will pick them off on the counter attack. And you guys will go to the Parc de France, and you'll win 2-0.
Arsenal can hit them on the counter.
I'll take that any day of the week, Prime. Honestly,
I think Arsenal can hit PSG on the counter very well. I think it depends.
People talk about how great PSG's midfield is. They have a lot. They have technicians, but they don't. That second leg against Villa is because they don't have a sitter in their team, bro. They have no one to just clean up.
Igal did an Arsenal PSG combined 11. He put.
Oh God! Don't talk.
No, he did mostly. What do you call it? Well,
mostly Arsenal players, was it?
He put Vitinha. He put in Fabian Ruiz over Vitinha.
What was his?
No, I think it was a combined 11. Like I think that Dan Potts put up on the screen. Igal said that he.
I love Dan Potts, by the way. Brilliant.
Yeah.
What was his midfield?
It was the Arsenal roundup. Was it Arsenal roundup show?
What was Igal's midfield?
No, it was not Igal making the team. It was a team that someone brought up, and then he said Vitinha. He said the Fabian Ruiz should be over Vitinha. I disagree. Vitinha is their best midfielder.
Wasn't Igal the guy that said Ben White was better than Carvajal?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be real. Neves is better than Vitinha.
Sorry, what you say, Prime?
João Neves is better than Vitinha.
I disagree. I think Vitinha is better, slightly.
Oh.
Nah,
but João Neves
I'm taking João. I know it's close, by the way. It's close, but I'm taking João Neves.
I agree with you. It's close, but it's a coin toss. You could pretty much say whatever. It's not really a debate very much. But Spurs Bodo Glimt. What's your prediction for that one?
Jump straight to Europa.
If Arsenal win Champions League, I wonder if Igal will still be consistent about we shouldn't count Champions League.
Wait, is that what was he said about that?
He said that last year with an Arsenal round combined 11. Let's not count Champions Leagues. Let's go get through a combined 11. So next season, when I want to do combined 11 with Arsenal, I can say, let's not count your Champions League.
If we do win it. But, there's a long way to go.
All right, now you're saying if. Now you're saying if. Okay.
I never said when.
Okay.
Woefully out of context, Prime. Come on.
But anyways,
the clip will be out of context regardless, bro.
Yeah, for a good point. Spurs Bodo Glimt. 3-1 Spurs. They'll make way for a comeback in the second leg. So.
I think it's the first leg in. Is it
first leg is at White Hart Lane.
Okay.
Or Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Well, they still call it White Hart Lane, same area. Don't know why they don't. I don't know why they just call it White Hart Lane, man. It's literally the same exact, bro. I kid you not, right? Half of the stadium is in the same exact land as White Hart Lane. I'm not even joking. Half of Spurs' current stadium is in the exact same land as White Hart Lane. It's the exact same land. But what do I know? But yeah, just call it White Hart Lane, man. Anyways, it's fine. I'm gonna go 2-1 Spurs, first leg.
Fair enough. What about you, Prime?
What'd you say, Josh, by the way? What'd you say?
Oh, 3-1 Spurs.
What do you think?
I'll make a meal out of it.
I'm going 1-0 Spurs.
Let's talk about Barca Inter now. That's the biggest game of the whole thing, in my opinion. I think Inter. I'd agree with Prime when he said that Inter are the most balanced team. It's true. I mean, they've got arguably one of the best back lines in the world. Bastoni and what's it called? Was it the defender again?
You got Bastoni, Bisek, Darmian, Di Marco.
Di Marco's class. Left wing back, he's class.
They've
Barella midfield.
They've got more. They've got another guy called like Agustino or Agustin. I think he's Brazilian.
Not sure. Pavard, Thuram. Yep. Oh, out
Pavard,
injured.
yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Sorry. Out injured. The midfield is gonna be interesting to see who wins that midfield battle, because Pedri versus Barella is gonna be very, very interesting to watch. I think if you compare one of the two players, Pedri or Barella, who do you think is a better player? It's so tight, isn't it? Because Barella has been class this year as well. Pedri's different. Pedri's like a different gravy right now.
I'll flip a coin.
Barella's been doing this for years, bro.
He's literally like a regen of one of Barcelona's ex-midfielders, like genuinely.
Bro, Barella's been doing this for years. People have to respect Barella.
He has. He's class.
And he's someone who I wanted at Chelsea. Sarri actually wanted to sign him in January when he was at Chelsea, but we said no because we're trying to prioritize Mason Mount.
I think all the clubs would take him, man. For real.
You know what? I'll go 1-0 Barcelona for my prediction. Tight.
Let's talk about the game.
I know. I'm just getting it out there. My gut feeling. I've just thought about it.
Where's the game?
It's at Barca.
Oh, New Camp. Ooh.
No. It's a reserve stadium that Barca are using right now because the new camp's actually under construction.
Well, yeah. Same thing.
Dumfries just came back, so that's gonna be a big boost for Inter on the right hand side. And De Jong should get some credit. De Jong's been really, really good for Barca. He just needs a Champions League. I think De Jong desperately needs a Champions League, man, to cement himself up there in the history books of Barca. Because I'll tell you why. That De Jong, right?
Why would De Jong be in the history books of Barca?
Because if you win that Champions League, Barcelona are gonna he'll be remembered. He's been there since what? How long? Since 2019, 2020?
Yeah, and for half of the time he was at Barca, he wasn't playing, bro.
He's been there for some time, you know.
Bro, it doesn't. Half of the time he was at Barca, he wasn't playing, bro.
Nah, but he's been playing quite well as well so far this season, I think.
Yes, but just because he's playing well this season doesn't mean he's going to be in the history book.
No, I'm saying I'm not saying him alone, but the team, this current Barca team, will be in the history books, and he wants to cement himself there.
Someone put a picture of two pictures of Liverpool. You know their trophy wall. One says 19 league titles, and they changed it to 20. And then someone quote tweeted it and said they stole the 0 from Spurs' wall.
Fair play, man.
Yeah, I said that to you, Josh, actually.
While they're at it, might as well take the trophy cabinet as well.
What trophy cabinet?
But anyways,
first English team to win a European trophy. Respect Spurs, Prime. Come on.
All right. Does that mean they're bigger than Arsenal?
Absolutely not.
Oh, okay.
Debate ended.
Spurs were the first English side to win a European trophy.
Yeah, I think. I think they were. 1963, 4. It was the UEFA Cup, I think, or something along those lines.
Oh, Celtic were the first. Celtic were the first.
English.
English side, United were the first one to win. We won the European.
No, a European trophy.
We were the first English side to win a European Cup, but I'm not sure if we were the first. I'm not sure if we were the first English side to win.
Spurs were the first English team to win a European trophy.
Yeah, Spurs were the first team.
Okay,
I think they were the first team to do the double as well, like League and FA Cup. So, you know, they've got a decent history, Spurs, but you know, fuck them regardless.
Yeah, bad history than Arsenal, man. Crazy.
Allow it, man. We've won as many league titles at their ground as they have in their history.
No comment.
What a Champions League, bro.
Hey, mate. I need this Champions League, man. I need this. I need it. I need it so bad, lads. I need it.
But anyway,
in an ideal world, all three of our clubs win a European trophy this season.
Let's talk about the matchup. Let's talk about the matchups, anyways. Between Barca and Inter. Barella versus
I'd say aren't Inter in a bad spell of form at the minute. I thought they lost in the last minute.
Dumfries versus Balde.
Aren't Inter in a bad turn of form? They lost 3-0 to AC Milan in the second leg.
They lost 1-0 to Roma as well.
That's it, yeah.
But they're also resting for this Champions League.
And
big gamble with Napoli 3 points clear now.
They've not fallen for second, and
I think they're...
but they view it as they have a great chance of winning it.
Shout out to the Rossoneri. Shout out to Rossoneri. 3-0 win against Inter. We love to see it. Into the final of the Coppa Italia. Let's go.
And obviously Barcelona coming off a high after the Copa del Rey final.
We'll talk about that one as well.
Yeah.
We need to talk about this one. That Barca versus Real. But let's talk about this one first, anyways. Who do you think matches up well? Like, who do you think? Where will the battle be won in this game? Because the midfield, like defense. I said, midfield always the midfield, isn't it? You need defense.
Well, the thing is, I think we can see how Barcelona can be got at with their high line, and we know how. I personally think Inter are the best defensive side in Europe. I think that could be crucial for this tie.
Bastoni is the best in the world, potentially. He's definitely up there,
without shadow of a doubt. So I think, well, obviously you're right. I don't really know where I'm going. Obviously you're right. The midfield battle does dictate a large majority of how the game pans out.
It does, yeah.
But I think the defense is just. I don't know, man. I just feel Inter have the edge on this one. I feel Inter have the edge, and I think over the course of the 2 legs, they may be able to surprise Barcelona. So,
what's your prediction though? I'm gonna go with 2-1 Barca first leg.
1-0 Barcelona. It'll be tight. It'll be very, very tight. I think it'll take a piece of magic from the likes of Yamal or Rafinha, who played really badly in the Copa del Rey final. I thought, by the way, it'll be an individual moment of quality to get Barcelona the advantage.
What do you think of this game?
What game?
Barca Inter, like just as a whole. What's your view on this game? And
Inter are going to the final.
You think Inter are going to the final?
Yeah.
Do you think they'll win this game? Do you think they'll? How do you see this game?
I don't know how the score will go over the 2 legs. I just know that Inter will be in the final.
Do you have a score prediction in mind for this Thursday? This
I don't have a score prediction.
Do you have a reason why Inter are getting to the final?
I just trust Inter. I look at the way Barca play. Barca, bro, it's very dark in here. Hold on a second.
No worries. I think Inter are very well balanced actually as a whole. I think Inter as a team, the midfield, attack, defense
unit,
they're just very, very well balanced. Like the quality is there. You can see that they don't sorry. The players don't have similarities. They're all like very different type of players on the pitch. You can see like Lautaro Martinez is a very different type of striker to Thuram, for example. Like who's their right winger? Inter.
Frimpong. Or not Frimpong. Dumfries is their wing back.
Dumfries as a very different right wing back to, let's say, like Damian. They're all different players. That's why it's balanced. You can't have too many similar players on the pitch, otherwise it's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm thinking about Inter. They're very different.
Yeah, why I have Inter going through it is because the way Barca like to play that high line.
Yeah, DeMarco as well.
If you give them space to run into, they'll exploit it. And I rate Inter. Inter have the best defense in Europe for me.
Yeah, for sure. I think Bastoni is the reason why they have the best defense.
I think Inter have the best defense, not just individuals, but also defensive structure. I think Arsenal have the second best defense in Europe.
Thank you very much.
What a Champions League, bro.
Hey, I'm going to be so shameless if we do this, honestly.
If it's an Inter versus Arsenal
listen, be shameless all you want, bro. Just win your Champions League, man.
No, that's the only thing we've got going for us. I need it, man.
I think if Inter and Arsenal both make the final, it'll be the 2 defenses canceling each other out. Fucking, I can't even talk.
Yeah,
cancel each other out. Sorry.
Well, we could look back on when the last time the two sides faced each other.
How about the attack? Where's the best? Oh, I think Barca had the best attack. I'll be honest with you.
The more fluid attack, I'd say.
They've got them. I think Rafinha is the best player in the world right now. Genuinely, I think he is. Rafinha is class. He's been the best player in the world right now. This year.
But I look at Inter. I think they'll play. I think they'll play like a Pavard on the left wing back, and they'll play Bissek left centre back. They'll do what when they played Arsenal and they stopped Saka. That's what they'll do.
Pavard is out.
Pavard's out. Okay, then they'll play it probably. They'll play someone else left wing back then, or they'll just play Bissek to handle. What's his name? Yamal.
They might play Matteo Darmian.
Oh yeah. Sorry, it was Darmian that played left wing backs, not Pavard.
Yeah, it was.
And then Bissek played left centre back to deal with Saka. So I think they'll do that.
I remember watching Darmian at United. He actually played both sides back then when he was
At Inter, he plays both wing backs. He plays right centre back in the three, left centre back in the three.
I remember watching Darmian play a left back against Palace in a game back in 2016 for United. I remember that he got his goal as well, very, very well taken goal with his weaker foot. But yeah, like I said, I think Inter go through. I think the attack is Barca. I just think Lamine Yamal, Rafinha, Lewandowski.
Is Lewandowski out for this?
I'm not sure. Is he out? Is he out for this game?
I knew he was out for the Copa del Rey final, wasn't he? Well, then again, Ferran Torres, he played really well. So
no, Ferran just stepped in and he's done well. As usual, he always steps up for Barca. I don't know why he gets so much disrespect. Like he actually did well for Man City as well. He was actually scoring goals for City before he was sold. But
he wasn't sold. He chose to leave because Barca was interested in him and he wanted to go Barca.
Even then he was still getting he was still getting the output.
Yeah, he was. He started off the season brilliantly, and then he got links to Barca, and then he wanted to leave, and then Pep dropped him.
I think Lewandowski being out is a big miss for Barca because Barca, you don't forget Barca are playing at home first leg as well.
Yeah, I think Lewandowski would he'd be more effective at home than he would at the San Siro.
Bro, he scored more goals this year than he scored last year.
Yeah, but because of the way Inter like to defend, maybe Barca playing a bit of a fluid attack could work.
Lewandowski has still been he's still been a big miss for Barca. I still think Barca win the first leg too.
Yeah, but I don't know. Maybe with no Lewandowski, the attack can be more fluid. That could actually suit Barca.
Is Pau Cubarsí fit for
because of the way Inter defend? Is who?
Is Pau Cubarsí fit for this game?
Cubarsí. I don't know.
Is he fit?
I don't know.
Monkey D. Luffy, come in clutch a game, please.
No, he's not pal. He's a Barca fan.
Waiting for this chat.
Olmo false 9. Oh yeah, I forgot about Danny Olmo actually. I completely forgot about him. Yeah, this might be good.
See, this is what I'm saying. Barca having a more fluid attack could actually work in their favor against Inter's defense.
But the thing is with Inter, they have a good defense, so it can cancel each other out. But I think
but that's why I'm saying have a fluid attack instead of having a focal point striker. That could actually help them.
But this is what I mean. I think Danny Olmo being Barca at false, playing for Barca at false 9. He gets the goals. I think at the start he was scoring a goal nearly every game. I think he scored 2 goals in his. I think he scored 4 goals in his 5 goals. Sorry, 5 goals in his first 2 games. I think he scored. Danny Olmo, if I'm not mistaken. I don't remember what it was.
Start,
something like that. It was a really good start. Yeah, and then he had registration problems. You know what I mean? Do you remember the registration problems in December? I think he had he was almost there was a time where he almost didn't get registered. And then Barca sold some. What was it like?
They went to court over it, didn't they?
Barca sold some TV rights to get the money in order for him to to keep him stay or something like that. I don't know what it was. But Cubarsí is fit. But yeah, I mean, okay, fair enough. If then that's the case, and I think Barca can get the job done at home first, and then we'll see second leg. But I think Barca wins this one 2-1. What do you guys think?
1-0 Barca.
Brian, what are you saying for this game?
You're on mute, bro.
I already said I don't have a score prediction that Inter make the final.
Okay, fair enough. Olmo only has one problem, that's his injury prone. Okay, then if that's the case, then you'll need him fit for this week. You better hope he does stay fit.
And Arsenal only have one problem: they don't have a champion.
Piss off, man.
Because of Barcelona themselves. But
I'll say Barcelona fucks all three of our clubs over.
Oh yeah, Prime. I forgot.
Barca fucked my club up. I have 2 Champions Leagues, bro.
Oh yeah,
fucked us over.
Conference League.
I still have. Listen, I still won my 2 Champions League. So.
Prime, what are you saying for Conference League this week?
Don't. I'm not worried. Conference League, the trophy's already won, bro. I'm not worried.
Prediction for Chelsea?
I don't know. I think the first leg is away from home. I think
3-0 Chelsea.
I'm gonna go 1-0.
What about you, Akiva?
Am I crazy for saying that, like, out of the 2 teams on the other side of the draw, I'd be more, like, I guess, worried to play Fiorentina because of how good of a shot stopper David De Gea is and how poor Chelsea are in front of goal, as opposed to play Betis.
Don't be surprised if Betis get to the final.
But my point, what I'm saying is that, like, Fiorentina, I'd be more, like, wary of because of how good of a shot stopper De Gea is. Whereas for Betis, like, we can stop an Anthony and an Isco. I'm not that worried.
Thanks a lot, Eric Ten Hag.
Haven't Fiorentina reached 2 Conference League finals already as well?
Yes,
in like the conference in like its 4-year history.
Oh yeah.
Yes, so that's why, like, what people are telling me about Betis, like, respect Fiorentina. And De Gea is a brilliant shot stopper. He's doing well in Serie A this season.
West Ham beat Fiorentina in the final.
Yep.
And they lost to
West Ham, with Declan Rice as their captain in midfield.
Yeah, this guy, man.
They lost Fiorentina.
Wait, how is that an insult? What do you mean?
Well, no. It's painful, obviously, because that's the only trophy he's won so far.
You know what else is painful? Not having a Champions League. But anyway.
With any luck, that changes this next month.
You need luck to win Champions League now. Wow. How the mighty have fallen, bro.
You don't talk to me about luck after that Barcelona second leg. No.
What Barca second leg?
2012.
That was not luck.
That wasn't
91 goals in Messi hitting the bar from 12 now.
That wasn't luck, bro. It's called heritage, bro. Read about it.
Of course it is, well.
Chelsea 3-0. What are you saying?
3-0.
3-0. I'd love that. But
what do you think? What are you saying for Betis Fiorentina?
I don't know.
Sorry, Josh. What was your prediction for that game, Chelsea?
3-0 Chelsea.
Prime, what are you saying? 2-0 Chelsea.
I said 1-0 to you.
1-0 Chelsea. Betis Fiorentina. What are you saying for that one?
2-1 Betis.
Yeah, I thought the same. 2-1 Betis.
I don't have a score prediction. I think Fiorentina make the final. I want Betis to make the final because I think it'll be easier for us to beat Betis, but I think Fiorentina make that final, bro. And they're going to make it difficult. De Gea is going to make it difficult for us.
Want to talk about the El Clasico final that happened on the weekend?
What? We'll let you kick off with that, Akivan.
I fell asleep after Chouameni's goal.
Fair enough. Oh, mate. What a game. I actually thought Real Madrid played really well in the second half. First half, Barcelona all over them, but second half, Real Madrid...
Brahim Diaz...
They started playing like a team for one of the few times they have done this season.
I don't know what Brahim Diaz was doing at the end, man. Modric made that pass. He didn't get on the end of the ball, man. Fucking hell.
What an assist from Modric for aging like a fine wine. Yeah.
Nah, but like, fucking Brahim Diaz should have known his awareness, bro. Fucking bro, he costed Madrid the game. He's costed them the game, and Ancelotti's not playing. He keeps on playing Vasquez at right back. Fucking, he keeps on playing. What do you call? What's his name? He keeps on playing. No, not Alaba.
Mr. Have you seen the thing going around on Twitter 10 men, 100 men versus a gorilla.
What?
Luckily, that's been my entire For You page, not the Liverpool side.
Mr. Beast has put out a tweet. You know, he made a fake thumbnail of 100 men versus a gorilla, and he tweeted it out saying, "I need 100 men to test this. Any volunteer?"
I nominate Arteta.
Over his dead body.
Yeah, the gorilla will be over his dead body. Christ.
Nah, what was it called again? Yeah. I don't know why.
Over my dead body.
But I don't know why. I don't know why Carlo didn't play Arda Güler in the final. Man, he should have started. Arda Güler should have been
great assist from the corner as well. Wonderful cross from Many.
Yeah, that was a great goal. But that goal was not Modric's fault, man. That was not his fault. The goal at the end that was Brahim Diaz. Should have known. Should have known better where to receive the ball and to get to the ball.
What goal from Koundé, though? You can't take that away from Koundé at all.
No,
the determination and the aggression.
It was
handsy flick philosophy.
But Brahim Diaz should have done better. He should have been more aware. Sorry, should have been more aware of the ball.
But no doubt about that. This is. Would you consider this like to be a horror season for Real Madrid? Would you consider it to be that?
Yeah, it is.
But like they're worse since 18-19.
They've already won 2 trophies because they made it to the Champions League. They won the Intercontinental Cup.
Intercontinental Cup, Super
because
Cup.
Because they won the Champions League and they won the UEFA Super Cup because of the Champions League. So at the end of the day, like 2 trophies. Well, it's not 2 major trophies. I mean, 2 trophies that kind of they've salvaged something, but yeah, it's a poor season by Real Madrid as a whole, man. They need to do better in the league if they want to get something out of the league because they're only 4 points off, right? If they want to go to they need to go to the Camp Nou and win. They have to go to the Camp Nou and win. Oh, not Camp Nou. Sorry, excuse me. The Barca Reserve Stadium. My bad. Not Camp Nou. But Real Madrid have to go away to Barca and win.
I can't lie. I reckon Barcelona a good shout for the quadruple here. I predicted them to win the league as soon as Hansi Flick got appointed.
If Real Madrid get a win away at Barca, it's back on 1 point. It's a 1 point gap.
Without a shadow of a doubt. But I think Barcelona will get to the end. Anyway.
Wait, Barca quadruple over who?
PSG probably.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, but I thought you said. I thought you said in Munich there's a new winner.
Yeah, well, no, PSG might be the one to stop it.
I thought you said Arsenal are winning. Okay.
No,
it's been
you thought wrong, bro.
It's been 10 years since Barca won their last Champions League as well.
2015, yeah.
Yeah, 15.
Remember when Messi promised to bring the Champions League back to?
Much worse.
Remember when Messi promised to bring the Champions League back to the new camp?
They lost. Don't forget they lost the Super Cup to Atletico Madrid as well, 4-2.
Well, when was didn't they lose like 7-3 to Atletico Madrid as well? In the Super Cup, or was it a Super Cup de España?
They played the Club World Cup, didn't they, that year? Real Madrid.
Yeah, they won that.
They won that, obviously. But I'm talking about the UEFA Super Cup. They lost to Atletico Madrid, who are the Europa League winners. Yeah, they look at head-to-head in La Liga. That Madrid to beat Barca 5-0 to end up on the same point. I don't think they'll end up on the same points. If Madrid beat Barca away, it's a 1 point gap.
How many games left after that?
4 games, I think.
It's possible.
And Barca have dropped points recently.
Friendly, okay, my bad. I remember it like shockwaves around the world at the time.
That game was a friendly 7-3. I was talking about the 4-2 Atletico Madrid game in the Super Cup of the UEFA Super Cup that year. But yeah, is there anything more we can talk about in this before we move on?
I know. I think Leeds are getting to the top of the Championship tonight.
Yeah, they're 2-0 up right now.
Fair play to them.
Napoli up 3 points on Inter. Marseille.
Wrexham, congratulations on getting promoted.
This is the first time ever a side in English football has done
back to back
promotions. Yep, facts. This is
do you consider it a fairy tale, or do you consider it phony, like Hollywood?
Why would it be phony?
Until they make.
No, that's what people are saying, bro. That's the word on the street. Ryan Reynolds and all that. Increased.
No, bro. No one had heard of Wrexham before then, bro.
As of right now, it's not yet a fairy tale. As of right now, not yet, because they've got the investment there to back them up. But I think.
Yeah, but like, bro, Wrexham are like a nothing club, a tiny town. For what they've done, and it's not like they're just pumping money in unsustainably.
No, but did Luton get back-to-back promotions to get to the Premier League or something?
No, that was Ipswich.
Sorry,
and Ipswich are being relegated now. I think they get promoted. They're in the Championship. They'll be in Championship next season. I think they get promoted next year.
Impossible having tough fixture. Yeah,
Dini said that it's going to take them like 4 or 5 years to get promoted. Well, that's ridiculous. I think they're getting promoted next year.
I think they'll have a season of consolidation in the Championship and they'll start pushing the playoffs.
Nah, bro, I predicted they'd get promoted this year into the Championship.
Oh, fair enough.
For this season. Like, they'll get promoted. The way they're going.
Yeah.
And they're an attractive, like, proposition for players to go to as well.
I think you have to give them credit as well, because you look at the likes of Salford and how that's pretty much fallen flat on its ass.
Exactly. So that's why I'm saying, even though they have money, they're spending it correctly.
No, they are. Yeah.
But hey, Deadpool, if you ever want to buy Chelsea.
But Barca use the economic lever though. They have to use that lever thing that helps them with the inflow of cash or whatever. I don't know what it is that they have to use every single year. That Barca had this had to do this.
I thought about Wrexham at first.
No,
what levers is Ryan Reynolds pulling?
I was talking about
Hollywood elite levers.
Deadpool at the new cap.
No, but Wrexham are a good example of a proper run club, though. No, American, Canadian owners running a football club. Not all Americans are bad at running football clubs.
I love how you have to emphasize that.
Wrexham are on their way up, man. Wrexham are on their way up. Like, for real, they're actually on their way to.
Wrexham at the Bernabeu.
They're already in the Championship, bro.
Hey, don't let Wrexham win Champions League before Arsenal.
Oh,
I'll do one with Wrexham on Football Manager.
That would be hilarious, bro.
Oh, Wrexham on Football Manager won the Champions League before Arsenal. Crazy.
No, that was after I left Arsenal, having won £300.
So Ryan Reynolds can say champions of Europe. You never seen that. Crazy.
Allow it, man. We're pushing out all the Champions League stuff just in case.
Let me guess what you're gonna say. You better win the Champions League.
No.
Over your dead
body. Yeah, I think you've got the gist of that.
Over your dead body, yeah, that was your quote.
Over my dead body, this project is going to go bang. I have very wild dreams. What other quotes has he come out with? Win the no, okay. I've run out of Arteta quotes.
You've hired pickpocketers.
Win the dog.
Be the light bulb guys.
Playing You'll Never Walk Alone at the training ground, only to get battered 4-0 at Anfield. What else? No, there's been so many options, man.
Forest Brentford.
Are we doing Premiership review now?
No, there's just one game left of the Premier League.
Oh, okay.
Forest Brentford. I think I already gave. Actually, we gave our predictions for that one. I said 2-1 Forest. I think. What did you say again?
2-1 Forest. I think I went 2-2.
Prime, what's your prediction for this game? Forest Brentford. Prime, you there?
Forest v Brentford.
Yeah.
You know what? Let me back the Heritage Club, man. Forest. My fellow Heritage Club.
I said 2-1 Forest. Josh said 2-2.
2-2. The amount of Champions Leagues that they have. Crazy.
Scar, man.
Hey, win it. To shut me off. Win it.
Prime.
Over your dead body, bro. Over your dead body.
Over all of our collective dead bodies. How about that?
You've been throwing shit at Josh the whole fucking stream, bro.
Prime, you do it every stream, man.
Over his dead body. I don't do it every stream. Today, though, why not? Over your dead body, bro.
You admitted, just in case. You're going to get it out as much as you can. So, I'll let you off.
Why? But you won't let Arteta off. But that's fine.
Score prediction, though?
No, I would not. For who?
Forest Brentford. Score prediction.
Prime.
Wait, what?
What was the score prediction? I forgot what you said.
For what?
Forest Brentford. I said 2-1. Josh said 2-2. What'd you say?
2-0, wasn't it?
2-0 Brentford.
Okay.
That's not backing for heritage.
You said.
What'd you say?
That's not backing the heritage club, Prime. You're a man against your word.
Yeah, but I'm also someone that said Arsenal are going to reach the final. You don't have heritage, so
Touche.
I've got to be honest, right? I've got to be honest.
By the way, Jamie Vardy is 3 games away from making 500 appearances for Leicester, with 4 games left. Oh,
Vardy, another guy that has heritage. Premier League. That was the they got Spurs. That was the they got Spurs. They got Spurs. Relax. They got Spurs. Okay.
Remember this?
Listen, Josh, you're so defensive, bro. Is this what happens to a guy that makes a Champions League semi-final? So defensive, bro. Relax.
Bro. Hey.
He's defensive because of his set piece coach. That's why.
Nah, you guys are taking the piss, man.
Do you remember Vardy?
What I do for this Champions League, guys, you wouldn't understand.
Listen,
what will you do for the Champions League?
I don't think it'll be suitable to say on stream.
Let's delve into this. What will you do?
No. Hey, Akvin, I reckon.
What will you do for a Champions League?
We should probably cut it off now.
What will you do for a Champions League?
Sorry, what'd you say?
Would you take one loss in your invincible season, so you still win the Prem? Will you take one loss?
What sort of question is that? Obviously.
Hey, there are Arsenal fans that would say no.
Oh yeah, by Arsenal fans, you mean tie. You mean tie, which is a very special
they don't
minority. Well, not online, but in general.
Arsenal fans don't want to win much. That's the problem. All they care about is the
no, they've already come out with the whole fucking PGMOL title shit. Oh, you've only got 2 Premier Leagues and they're fucking COVID and PGMOL. I just can't be fucked with it.
Hey, 2 Premier Leagues, 2 Champions Leagues. Arsenal have none.
They only
care 3 Premier Leagues, pal.
They care more about their
what?
Arsenal fans care more about their rivals than themselves.
Oh no, say it.
Fine. Oh, sorry, I think I cut off there. My bad.
Okay. Cool. Just like Henry cut off your Champions League hopes against Barcelona.
Yeah, all right, man. Yeah, okay.
Anyway,
you see tired of this shit, man. Come on.
I think we're gonna quickly.
I need someone to defend me, man.
Hey, listen, you want someone to defend you? Go win it.
I'm not going to repeat what I've said.
But anyway,
over your dead body, yeah, we know you said it. Over your dead body.
You're the one saying that.
Let's do a couple rounds of footy bingo.
Oh no, man. Wait a minute. My battery's almost dead.
Or shall we wrap up?
Well, I think I need to plug in my computer now. Apologies for that.
Guys, subscribe to Kevin's channel and subscribe to Josh as well, bro.
Subscribe to Prime's channel. Do you have YouTube Prime? Surely you do.
I don't really use it, but subscribe to Josh. He's a good guy. He's a good sport.
Oh, thank you very much, Prime.
He doesn't know what a Champions League win is like. He's a good sport.
Let me know what a subscriber feels like instead, lads. But like I say, every stream.
Wait, what?
We're so close to.
Let me know what a subscriber feels like instead. Oh my!
AN Sports, subscribe to AN Sports.
220 subs by the end of today, please. I'm currently on 215. We just reached 215 today. Let's get to 220 by the end of the stream. Sorry, I can't even talk. Let's get to 220 by the end of the stream, please.
Wait, what subs? How many subs are you on? Are you Gavin?
215.
I wonder what's gonna happen first. Hey, Kevin hits 1K or Arsenal in Champions League.
Kevin hits 1 million before that, most likely.
Hey, over a year dead body.
Oh man,
that quote's gonna get rinsed for shit, isn't it? Though? It's because that fucking Big Mac guy as well.
Over my dead body. I have that clip. I need to find that. Over my dead body.
But yeah,
my computer's on like 3%.
Bro,
yeah.
Someone needs to ask Arteta that again. Are you going to win the Champions League? Over my dead body. Oh my god!
It's a humiliation ritual, man.
Nah. This is
I need to plug my computer in, so I'm gonna have to go, lads. If that's all right.
Yeah, no worries. I'm
No worries,
gonna close out here, guys. Like, share,
Close
subscribe.
out, okay.
220 subs by the end of today, please. 5 subs away. 25 of you watching. Go over to AN Sports on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe. Josh's channel, I'll leave a link in the title. He's gonna have a video.
AN Sports every step of the way.
He's having
and Prime as well.
He's working on his YouTube project, so make sure you guys do check it out when it does get released. So when you subscribe,
in about 3 years,
videos out and you'll be able to see it. But
subscribe to Over My Dead Body on YouTube.
It's too funny. But anyways, we are gonna close out here. People, like, share, subscribe. We're out. Take care. Peace. Fuck Liverpool. And yeah.
Congratulations, Liverpool, on your second Premier League.